Welcome to another episode of Mystery AFL Theatre 2.014K with the Western Bulldogs this week, and we're looking at their round 13 match against Collingwood from season 2014. So if you go to clickingballs.com and look it up, we'll have full details on how to get there. You go to the afl.com.au website, Smart Replay, round 13, tee it up, get that sorted, press pause and go get that sorted, because we're about to press play in 3, 2, 1. And we're away. It's going to be good to watch Collingwood get flogged.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard when we actually have to do Collingwood's turn.
Not really, no.
That's right, they don't have internet, do they?
Here we go. All right.
So the Bulldogs didn't really have a whole lot to cheer out this season, but apparently this is one of them.
Well, if you're gonna cheer out anything, beating Collingwood's probably pretty good.
Collingwood's all right.
Yeah.
Just quietly, just before we went on, we thought we'd turn off the lights. It'd be a great idea, wouldn't it? It makes a good atmosphere. Good for reading your notes too. Let me tell you. But anyway, never mind.
Well, you could normally use your phone, but it's out of charge now.
It's out of charge. Yeah. So we're flying a little bit blind. But yeah, Bulldogs start from the start. 7 wins and finished 14th this year. 2013, 8 wins, finished 15th. So they've gone forwards by getting less wins. That's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yep. But I still think they had a lot to be happy about for the end of the season. And
geez, Griffin to Kearney, there's something they won't be seeing again.
Actually, do you pay much attention to Kearney on Twitter?
He is a cracker.
He's fucking hilarious. He's just got that slightly off sense of humour that it takes like one sort of leap in like mental acumen to get his jokes. You know what I mean? They're a bit cryptic.
Yeah, at the same time, it doesn't look like he has a great leap of mental acumen himself, but he's very aware and he knows his limitations when it comes to that area.
Oh, this is true.
I think I remember one which was it was something along the lines of eyebrows just saved shampoo from going to my eyes. Good job, eyebrows.
This is the G, yeah?
No, that's definitely Etihad.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was just going to say, it'd actually be really convenient, Collingwood and Western Bulldogs playing each other, because they get out of the game, just grab whatever car's nearest. They're all stolen anyway.
Collingwood would have been pissed off about having to be forced to go out to play at Etihad. But yeah, definitely a bit of an advantage for the Bulldogs there. They play majority of their games there, and again, this is another Sunday afternoon games for them, which I know a few of the fans are annoyed with. But if you're not a prime time team, you don't play the prime time games.
Well, that's it. You play the Sunday Arvo snooze fest usually.
And chicken and egg, but that's the way it goes. Ooh, a bit rough there.
You
got what? Balls.
This might be the first Channel 7 game we've done as well.
Yeah, I only know which one is which until I see how crap the camera angles are and how crap the quality is. It's got super new high definition cameras and not presented in high def.
Right. It is a bit of a blessing, because if it was Eddie commentating this, it'd be tough. Actually, no, it'd be brilliant because Collingwood lose this one. But yeah, just feeling each other out.
Is that Wallace chasing Pendlebury?
It's like it.
Yeah, I think it was.
A lot of fluorescent boot action happening.
There is these days, isn't there? Even some of the older players are getting into it.
And I remember back in the day, the only time you'd wear fluorescent boots was when you had lottos. The fluorescent boots.
I remember Dermy Brereton wearing them, and it was a big.
I think it was one of the most famous ones, Dermy.
Yeah, it was a big thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was disrepute for the game and all that. No, it started when Kappa wore white. He had white boots, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's terrible. It's tradition." And now it's kind of like, yeah, whatever you want to wear.
I think even it seems back then, whenever anybody did something different, because I think Sammy Newman wore white boots at one stage.
Oh, yeah, he did too. That's right.
So we're going back, another generation of footballers. But yeah, it's just that's what they do.
Yeah, I think once Demetrio came into power, he's like, we're all about cash. They're paying you, you wear that fucking shit.
We should probably stop talking about Kappa, or else he'll come in and want an interview. He'll appear at opening an envelope, that bloke.
For $3,000 he will. Apparently that's his price.
Really?
There was some radio station in Sydney that were doing a free charity event. And
geez, I could use $3,000. So, if you want to pay us to come on, I'm fine with that too.
Yeah, he quoted his price at $3,000, and they're like, "Mate, you serious?
For a free charity event?"
Yeah.
Oh, charity begins at home, doesn't it?
They said, "What do you get for it?" He goes, "Mate, you get what you pay for. You know, with the Kappa, I'll come in, I'll recreate my mark of the century. I'll talk about all my
Get the kid off.
Yeah, we'll go back to my place, do a bit of karaoke." It's all right. He's never short for an idea. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I reckon you probably Jedi mind trick him out of the cash, though.
Well, I mean, when the other option is Bryn Edelston, you probably got to settle for Kappa.
What?
You can tell them to depart. Well done. Just quietly. That's just clumsy.
You at least, if you're going to do that, you may as well make it a good one.
I think something that the Bulldogs will take away from this year was Footscray in the VFL. They, first year they've got their standalone side in the VFL. For one, just to be able to do that as a club.
Yeah.
That's playing with the big boys. They've got their own standalone club. Two, first year back in, they took out the premiership. Never mind the situation, Hawthorn resting players. That's bullshit. A premiership's a premiership. And they got it. It's something to cheer about. For a club that hasn't had much to cheer about.
And
since the 50s.
I'd love to see how the inter-club A's versus B's match goes.
For a team like this.
It'll be a cracker. We'll probably be doing that one next season.
There's a few of those boys that played in the VFL Premiership that are running out there today. Today. In the game we're watching, like Liam Jones and, for one. But, you got to take those things as a club. And it's something that the younger players that played in it, they can build on that. And something,
And I mean, you're playing AFL to play premiership, so you would hope that, when you get into there, you're anticipating to play finals, so any experience you get in finals has got to be good.
Finals experience is finals experience. You can't replace it.
Yeah.
Having said that, Liam Jones is one of the...
Here he goes.
One of the
decent kick. He's
one of the most loyal players in AFL.
No, I was going to say he's one of the better players that day, and now he's playing for Carlton. So, nice centering ball.
What are you doing?
Plenty of space out there.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a nice kick. And you've got to make it easy for those ruckmen. The less they have to think about, the better.
Labumba goes long. Jeez.
Yeah. Poor old doggies, they've been screaming out for a key back for God knows how long. Probably since Danny Southern packed it in. But when you get a genuine power forward like Cloak, it's going to be difficult.
They've been screaming out for a few keys, to be honest.
Yeah.
Collingwood said, just Jimmy it open.
So Danny Southern, they did have Brian Lake for a minute. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, what's he done though?
And that's got to hurt too. When somebody that's been at the club for so long leaves, and 2 years later he's got 3 medals around his neck.
Yeah, that's the worst thing, having to go up and say, yeah, well done, mate. Yeah, fucking cunt.
I even remember after 2013, Cooney was down in the Hawthorn rooms after the game, so at the end of the day, you're still your mates.
What, handing resumes around?
Well,
it would be kind of weird, like if you're playing for a lower tier club and you have a sort of in to that, to see what a premiership quality club, and you'd be like, mate,
it'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Put a word in, mate.
There's plenty of coaches that have dragged other people across,
There's plenty of coaches get dragged out too.
I still reckon they got a cut out of that deal too.
Which way?
The Carlton and Daisy.
Oh, jeez.
How the fuck you pay $700K for that?
You reckon Collingwood are going, oh, geez, sorry, guys, we can't match that offer? Fucking yeah.
Good news, guys. Daisy's coming to the end of the year festivities now.
I guarantee behind closed doors, Eddie's made the joke, is he still working for us or not?
It's funny, Daisy. Like, yeah, he's a quality AFL player, but he's not someone I'd want on my side.
Really?
Yeah.
We were talking about it, I think, last week's game. Grew up, obviously with aspirations to play professional AFL football. Never had an AFL team. How can you trust somebody like that?
Nope. Actually, I think an Australia Day tradition should be we get everyone who has changed football teams, put them in a public square and stone them to death. Like, you can't trust anyone that changed the footy team.
No, you cannot trust them at all.
Oof. Yeah, hate those guys.
Jesus, nice sleep. Such a shame. There's not many ruckmen like Will Minston left, is there?
Not really.
Real hulking.
I think the last crack anyone had at one was Patton when they just keep breaking down with the speed of today's game.
How is that going that way?
So interesting, that call. That's one way of putting it.
Oh, jeez.
Stolen. Yeah, you can teach the backman to punch it, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was just abusing the backman around him.
Showed him a clean set of heels.
Yeah, McCaffer following Ryan Griffin around there. It's always a sign of who they fancy as the real ball mover for one team when they send McCaffer to them, or Crowley for Freo, obviously. But yeah, geez.
I've only just realised that the umpires are sponsored by OPSM.
You're kidding me.
That's got to be a piss take, isn't it?
It's been about a good 10 at minimum.
Well, there you go. I was too busy abusing them, I guess.
maybe you need to visit OPSM.
Maybe that's why nobody really took my sledging seriously when I was telling them to get glasses.
It's not really good sponsorship then, is it? Because if you can notice it, you don't need it.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right, yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
So, OPSM, you waste your fucking cash, guys.
He's not even looking into the back of the head, and he gets a free kick for it.
I believe we call that a mistake.
Drag him. It should be like the jury. Each club gets a couple of knockbacks in jury selection.
Oh, they can knock back
selection. Yeah. Just half time, nah, mate, you're fucking off.
Well, it's India in the cricket, they get all of them, don't they?
The tribe has voted. And
yeah, there's no DRS, there's umpire review system.
Yeah, it might have been a touch high.
Is Paul Rifle still umpiring?
I believe so, but he can't umpire Australia because he's Australian.
Yeah, I can understand that. Funny thing is, no one gives him cheek.
I'm going to say, I don't know whether to worry about the umpires. It's the players that are doing all the dodgy shit.
Well, there he is too, the new Bulldogs captain for 2015, Bob Murphy. What do you reckon? He's 33, I think he is. Pushing towards 300 games.
Yeah, he'll be playing for Essendon next year.
I think they're looking for a bit of stability, to be honest. He's not going to take the team into a new frontier, but he's going to provide stability and a cool head. And
I think he was their emergency selection, to be honest.
It was a bit of an emergency selection for captain, but well, we get to say new coach and Luke Beveridge as well. That's put him there, but I like it because he's Bulldog through and through, and he's not going anywhere. He's got 1 or 2 years left, I reckon.
Yep, and I think that's.
I think they're not going anywhere part really played in his
helped,
favour.
Yeah. But it's also the real next captain is going to be Liberatore or Wallace or Dalhouse or one of those guys.
I think could really set the standard in this team.
He had his young off-field indiscretions, which everyone's entitled to.
Has never hurt anyone's chance of captaincy.
No, but I think he's that sort of player that you get some captains and they play the cerebral game. They plan everything and they're pretty much an on-field coach. But then you get some captains that just go, nah, I'm not having this. Yeah. And they go straight at the damn ball and anyone gets in their way, it's their own fault. Like Luke Hodge. I think Liberatore can be that sort of captain.
Yeah, absolutely. But not yet, which is why I think Bob Murphy's a good 1 to 2 years. Interim captain, if you like. Transitional captain, perhaps. But it's a good choice. So I think. Popular choice as well, you know.
Yeah, Liberatore being one of the favourite sons for the Sons of the West.
Or actually, I think during the week they added Jordan Ruffhead to the leadership group. So maybe they're penciling him in. But I'm not...
2 bounces.
I think, yeah, maybe they're just trying to bank on someone they're definitely going to keep at the moment.
Yeah, perhaps.
And, I mean, even though they had a bit of turmoil at the end of the season, I think the precedence that's been set by other clubs with similar situations like Melbourne and had the... I can't think of anything else, but yeah, captaincy and like...
Well, I think they're...
The worst captaincy selection of all time there.
Yeah.
Well, it seems a lot like they're now trying to avoid captains leaving the club because it is embarrassing. And it doesn't look good for the club or the player, I think. And that's why you see guys like Tex Walker get the Guernsey.
Yeah, you know he's staying.
You know, people have criticised that, and everyone's going to criticise whatever captain gets elected. But if you're committed to the club and you back it up, and you're the heart and soul, the people are the person that everyone looks to as the barometer of the club.
Yeah,
you're going to be in the leadership group, and more than likely be a decent captain.
Plus, growing up an Adelaide Crow supporter wouldn't hurt either.
Yeah,
you know you've got that passion for the club, that's for sure.
And I mean, you know, some players they play as leaders regardless. You know, they don't need that that title. So the actual captain has got to do as much media and marketing and that kind of gear anyway. The off-field side of it. So you know, that's got to come into consideration, and that's something that Ryan Griffin, you know, he's a quiet lad.
Yeah.
And one of the criticisms of him, you know, obviously a brilliant footballer and one of the best ball users going around, not just at the club, but going around in the AFL. But just a quiet guy who's happy to go about himself. And I heard Cam Mooney say during the week, because he was a development coach down at Bulldogs during this season. You know, he's just one of those guys that you talk to him about football and what you want to do, but that'd be it. You wouldn't talk to him about anything else. But you know, so that's where they've been left with. But you know, geez, they've lost a lot of, you know, future captains.
Yeah, they
in
have.
Recent years, like
They've bled future captains.
Yeah, Callan Ward up to GWS. You know, that hurt a lot of them.
Good flick up.
That's why I think, you know, after Bob Murphy, Libber's got to be the right choice. You know, father-son pick.
Yeah, I think they'll have like probably maybe 3 names in the hat that they'd be looking at to see who sort of sticks their head above the rest. And
they'd have to be aware you've got 1 or 2 years to show us who wants it.
Yep.
That was a weak one. Remember when Tony Liberatore, I remember they were getting stuck into him on, I think it was Triple M.
Yep.
And then a caller called up. His mum.
You
not said that about my boy. He's a good boy. And she tore strips off the presenter. Just really tore into him. She's like, "You not say he's a good boy."
Yeah,
really got into him.
No, I think it was on the Footy Show with Sam. Remember they were cooking pasta around Mama Liberatore's.
Might have been a different one. Might have been as a result of.
Maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe it was a result of. They thought, yeah, there's comedy gold here. But, I mean, stereotypes are there for a reason, and she hit every single one of them.
Oh, she loves her boys. And I'll tell you what, if imagine if you're the bloke that happens to do a Barry Hall to young Liberatore. Fuck me, you'd have Tony and his mum after you. You would not survive the experience.
I'll tell you what, Tony, he'd kick he'd scratch the shit out of your shins.
I still wouldn't want to be against him, mate. He'd have to be pushing 50 now, and I reckon he could still go.
I think still involved in footy too. I mean, he was coaching or development coaching around Carlton during their weeded tank days.
He always seemed like the type of player that would stay involved. Give something back.
Brownlow medalists don't fall out of trees.
Well, Woden did.
He disappeared.
Sounds one of those weird ones. Brownlow medalist, quality player, and then tries out with several teams and no one wants to pick him up.
Yeah, spent a couple of years as mediocre at Collingwood and then I think he finished up at the Waffle. But still, he gets his invite to the Brownlow medal every year, just like Kevin Murray.
And Jeffrey Edelstein. I still don't know why he gets an invite these days.
Well, I mean, he's...
Maybe he buys it, who knows?
Well, I think usually because it's held in the Palladium and he's a fucking high roller at Crown.
Crown probably got...
Crown just get him in there.
I know he was heavily involved with the Swans financially back in the day, but also, nearly put them under.
Yeah, didn't leave a lot of friends in that sort of circles though either.
Doesn't seem to be the man to worry about, losing friends.
No.
There's plenty of others he can
buy more.
Buy along, yeah.
No.
If they had have done it by metres gained, he would have been fine. That's a nice one.
Another father-son pick for the Doggies. Mitch Wallace.
What's his nickname?
Kind of looks like his nickname's... It's got to be Napoleon Dynamite, doesn't it?
Gosh!
God!
If his dad's Plough, maybe he could be Ho.
Wrong.
I think it's his mum.
Wrong Wallace.
Oh, fuck it. Stick with that.
Terry Wallace played for Hawthorn.
Well, he's Ho. Fuck it, we'll go with Ho.
No, he's how he didn't play footy.
He's definitely Napoleon Dynamite. I've never seen it before. Even there, with hands on his hips, he's just like, gosh!
Yeah, great camera work. What are we looking at? Fuck no.
Boyd, he's sitting in the crowd somewhere.
Oh, there you go. Well, that was a... Oh,
Matty Boyd.
that was a long fucking zoom in.
Zoom with the
Zoom
mates.
until we can't see it.
Got fucking Michael Bay doing the camera work. We'll have a helicopter in a sec. Oh, I've got that spider cam. That's worse.
Do you have that in footy?
No, thank God. Oh, hang
No, they
on.
have
We
used
do,
it, yeah.
at the MCG.
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah, they do. I forgot
That
that.
shit house.
No, they've got the drone cam too.
See, that's kind of a little bit more fun. I kind of like the idea that it's possible to get a job flying a little drone around a football field while they're playing AFL.
They had the Big Bash, remember? A couple of years ago, the Fox...
You should get points for hitting
Fox
it.
drone, did they?
Yeah, Fox Footy have... Oh, Fox Footy. Fox Sports.
I reckon if you can kick the ball into the drone, it's worth at least 2 goals. Kind of like...
Yeah, or you get
Quidditch.
shot.
Maybe the drone can shoot back.
I think there are drones that do that.
Allegedly.
No, it's pretty overt.
No, allegedly. No proof.
Oh, well done, Roughhead. Jeez, he's a massive unit. Roughhead, he just doesn't have the same coordination as his cousin.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's one thing you don't get
So,
from
what was I
TV.
saying?
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
That's what you don't understand from television is that these guys are fucking huge.
Yeah.
Like when you're at the game, row A, and they run into defence, whatever, you're like, fuck me, these guys are massive.
Yeah, when you
On
realise...
TV, everyone's massive, so you don't really
Yeah.
get that same sense of scale.
what really gets you is the guys that you think are small,
Yeah.
and you go,
They're your size.
Jeez, I remember the first time I saw Clinton Young. I don't think he's playing today. And you go, oh, yeah, he's a small, slight guy, and then you walk past him and go, wow, he's actually pretty solid. Does
The
not
same
look
thing
it.
with Brent Harvey. He's a tiny guy, but
He's still
fucking
tiny.
hell,
Yeah,
he can bench about 100 kilo.
he's a solid little unit.
But I think
That's
he's
a
gotten
great
stronger
pickup.
as he's gotten older.
I'm not even sure he's getting older, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think he might be regressing. He might actually end his life as Seaman.
No. That's Wayne Carey.
Seaman will end up ending his life.
And guys, just quickly, terrible news there. I just mentioned Adam Cooney subbed out of the game now for the Dogs.
Yeah, Adam Cooney subbed out of the club.
Oh, that was nasty.
That is a big blow for the Bulldogs' chances.
This was the
Maybe he just really likes the way the red jacket looks on him.
bloody.
Oh, where's he
Rangers.
gone?
We don't know. He got a lot of attention. He went down the race a little bit earlier.
It is a bit of a shame that he left because he's been at the Bulldogs through the rough. The Bulldogs' rough period really coincided with his rough period after winning the Brownlow and then doing knee and everything else.
Yeah.
It's a shame he won't finish his career there, but that's modern footy. That's the way it goes.
Well, I think it's just that he's paid his dues.
Yep.
He can't lead the club anymore. Like his body just doesn't have that same level of resilience that he used to.
No.
And now he's just like, well, I've got a couple of years left, maybe.
See if we can play up again.
Yeah, have a bit of a crack. You know, not die wondering.
But it looked like
he might be one of the only eligible players for the team. You never know.
Yeah. It looked like he was just starting to come back to not Brownlow medal form, but consistency. Having said that, obviously been subbed out this game, but yeah, that's where it goes. It's a good pick-up for him this year.
Yeah,
Crammery.
Gave him an option up front. I think did his part as well. I mean,
Absolutely.
It's always hard to do your part in a team that doesn't get a whole lot of wins on the board, but you still got to contribute.
Yeah, he kicked a few goals.
Yeah. And the thing is, you noticed him. Yep. I think that says a lot.
He provided a target. Yeah. And they haven't had a target up forward since Barry Hall.
Yeah.
Old bastard. Wasn't he going to punch on with Sonny Billy Williams or something?
When he retired, he said, "Yeah, I'm going to try boxing." And then I think he had one session in the gym, and he himself realised, nah, you're past it, mate. You've had a good time. And I think he's really good in the media now, Barry.
I do remember he and Scott Thompson having a chat.
Having a headlock?
Well, yeah, but both of them were having a bit of a... Barry was interviewing him after one of the games, and you could see both of them were pretty cheeky about it. But there was no...
Jeez, that's a great pickup.
Jeez, that is well done. Oh.
And the kick. Yeah. And move it on. Well done, Dalhouse.
Oh, got too far underneath it. That's all right.
Yeah, you can tell that there was history there.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's
got well under it.
Yeah, didn't
set him a task.
Oh, made it like a bandit.
Stick the boot to it.
That's an excellent effort.
From the doghouse to the penthouse.
Jones, I think, decent season as well. I think he did a little bit.
Well, it was his last season with the Bulldogs. It was really funny because we were watching the VFL final with a very staunch Bulldog supporter. It was Jones. He's fucking useless. He's useless. Kicks one. He's still useless. Kicks two. He's not bad, 3, 4. I think he ended up kicking 5. Best player. We're promoted. We give him a long contract. Now he's gone. He's useless again. So that's all right.
Tell you what, it sounded like not a whole lot of members in the cheer squad there.
I'm sorry.
I did hear that. What's that spell? No.
Give us a B. Yo, where's the spell? Don't make fun of me.
I loved how there was dead silence after. What's that spell? Everyone, I just picture everyone's looking at each other, just like, I don't know what
everyone's just waiting to mouth the words of the person next to him. It spells
yeah, it's like the second verse of Advanced Australia Fair.
I thought that's like your cue to start abusing the opposition.
Poor kick.
Someone in the crowd helping out the umpire as well, just let him know what the call was.
Very helpful.
One thing about Bulldog supporters, very helpful.
I feel
never shot on a bias.
Loyal as fuck, I'll say that.
You gotta be. Oh, fair cop.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary what?
The contact or whatever it was saying is unnecessary.
So what's a necessary contact?
I do like that the...
I think it's like when you call them on birthdays or...
I do like that the 64 kilo umpire is telling the 110 kilo full forward what's necessary.
Yeah.
No way.
I tell you what, take it on.
Beautiful kick.
That is a fair job, isn't it?
I think the other big thing for the Bulldogs this year was the rise of Bontempelli, the Bont. Kicked the winning goal against Melbourne in the dying seconds for one of their other great wins. I'll tell you, I think Clokey's got a case there. I think everything he did was fully necessary.
Nah, screw that. Forwards get way too many of those paid that way.
I
think Backman should get one free hit every game. especially against.
I'll tell you what, I don't know any backman
say-
that doesn't take it.
They tried it with the midfielders, and Ben Cousins chose ice.
And the final season for Gian Syracuse as well. He finally pulled the pin, but geez, he made the sub role his own, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. And I think the only person that maybe could have outshone him in that role would have been Matty White if he had have been bothered with staying with Richmond.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what, fuck that, I'm a starting player.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, he looked like he'd been retired 20 years.
Gian Syracuse,
So many greys.
There was a lot of salt and pepper there, wasn't there?
I tell you what, yeah.
But he came on and he did what he needed to do.
Oh, can play.
He touched the Tigers up a good one.
I remember that game. Yeah, we were at that. I was at that one.
Yeah, we were.
He was too smart
Yep, that's exactly
in
right.
the last 20 seconds.
And I mean, it's pretty hard not to like Gian Syracuse, I think.
No.
One of the elder statesmen of the game.
And knew his role.
Yeah.
Coming on, I'm essentially an on-field coach.
Yep.
I'll get games when I can, rest when I can, and I believe he's got an off-field role with him now as well. So it's good to see.
Yeah, I mean, he'll always be valuable around the club.
Oh, good tackle.
Oh, I love when they
Great
eat
tackle.
dirt like that.
You do.
Fuck
Just the
you.
mouthful of grass. You'd let them know about it, too.
Yeah, 'cause it's worse when you're getting tackled and you're like,
I'm
oh,
getting hit.
shit. Brr.
You get up spitting out grass blades. Interesting.
There's Gia. It's funny, Will, you're saying interesting. This is coming off an All-Australian season last year, and this year is just, it was good without being great.
Yeah.
But you feel like it might be, the All-Australian season might have been a one-off.
Yeah, plenty of players have that. They have that. Oh, here we go. That's what you want.
Isn't he out on parole?
Which team?
Allegedly.
No, Marley Williams. No, not allegedly at all. I think he is out on parole.
Oh, really? Well, good for him, he's turned a leaf.
How the hell did melee become part of the AFL vernacular?
Don't make it
Fight,
a melee.
brawl, aggressive discussion, fine, but melee.
Brouhaha.
Big Red Baron fans.
Slobber knocker. That should be in there.
That's what they should call it. There must be somewhere in the rule books what defines a melee.
Oh, there is.
Oh, yeah, they'd probably have it under 5 different definitions, I
Yeah.
reckon.
It's funny because I can't imagine any former AFL player calling it a melee. Like when they decided, all right, we're going to have to do, set the standard for the tribunal. What are we going to do for melees? I reckon every former player would have looked at whoever suggested that and gone, what the fuck are you on about? And then beaten the shit out of him, so they thought, well, fuck it, I'll put it in anyway.
Well, and back in the day, a fight was a fight, so they've had to kind of, well, it's not really a fight, but we don't want to be seeing this stuff.
I only
Bullshit.
I only hit him once.
Yeah.
All right, you got him, he got you. You guys go back at it.
I wish I knew his name, but the Bulldogs also have the most famous club doctor besides Dr. Reid at Essendon, I reckon. That moustache. He's been around there for bloody ever.
Salvador Dali.
I don't know, Bruce. 100 kilos coming at you hard. It sounds like your dream afternoon.
I just, whenever I hear of Bruce, I just envision like Mr. Garrison or something like that. Just
I do like
raging closet.
100 kilos coming at your heart, and then rough head.
Oh no! Stop, please. Hey, where are you going?
He does have his favourites, Bruce.
Oh no! One hand
that's
hand pass. Bob Murphy going for the veteran move too.
There should be a veteran playbook that comes out. Like, when you get your 350th, they give you that little book.
Different sport, but in English Premier League, Vinnie Jones tried something similar. You know about that? He read a book of all the dirty little tricks.
Yeah.
He brought it out and he got the biggest fine ever.
Yeah. You got a few of those records.
Yeah, send-offs and whatnot.
Yeah.
I think he got a bigger fine for bringing out that book than Eric Cantona got for
That
fly kicking someone in the front row. Priorities.
Well, I reckon Vinnie Jones is probably
Away games.
the only action star not to appear in the Expendables 3.
How do you not get a gig?
I don't know. They got every other fucker.
Yeah,
Kelsey Grammer got a Guernsey.
Bruce Willis didn't because this is. I think I heard it on the Kevin Smith podcast.
Kevin Smith fucking hates him.
Yeah, he does. He said they told him it's 3 days out in Belize or wherever the fuck they filmed it. 3 days, $3 million. He said, I want 4. And they went, oh, fuck off. And they didn't even bother negotiating. They went, no, it's 3 days to $3 million. Get fucked. And they got Harrison Ford instead.
He did all right, Harrison Ford.
Well, I mean, he's got a good resume.
Get Han Solo out there.
He's got a lot of shit ones in there, but I mean, you've got Han Solo and Indiana Jones, so
I mean, yeah,
two big ones to put in your cap.
This would be a much better commentary in New Zealand.
He's very thick, bro.
Still say Frost for Collingwood looks like if Brock Lesnar never found a gym.
So kind of like Colton Smith.
Less annoying.
Or Dennis Seaver. What about Dob? It's good to see everyone's packed into the lower deck too.
Yep. It is funny when you go to Etihad, for the games that aren't sellouts, because you'll have the lower deck could be full, the first 10 to 12 rows of the top deck could be full, and the middle deck, you've got one person per bay, just about.
Yeah, and usually like right up the back towards like the flank, just all about the nosebleeds, usually some young kid getting a hand job in the back rows.
There's always that back row sitter.
It's like there's always someone trying to pick some off the ground next to them too.
Repeatedly. Interesting ruck work. Yeah, got up high.
Also, it's actually literally still Friday, so dad jokes are on the table.
Oh, Dad Joke Friday's still there. Oh, she's got to get one in. I think Bruce has beaten us all anyway. With his 100 kilos coming hard at him, rough head.
I think he's beaten himself over that.
Delicious, caressing it down his throat. You wouldn't want to find a Bruce McAvaney soundboard, would you?
I bet there's none of them out there.
None.
That's a decent kick. Bloody hell. Good grab.
Yeah, the hands are good. Look at this, flowing diagonally across the ground again. And that kick, it's just not good
up
enough.
and under.
And say, look at me, I'm an AFL player. Whee!
Oh. Gee, that's a good handball.
Ish. Oh, there you go.
Jones. Oh, bowled him.
Hello. He's gone the dribble kick.
He's gone. It's the first appearance by
G-post.
G-post. There we are. We've got him in there.
We've got him in.
Oh.
Great tackle.
Oh, it was.
The other thing about that too, Lee, it's a good point, and that is that they went quickly from their midfield to even numbers. And I still think that sides...
There's nothing worse when that kick comes in and it's just out of your reach and you're on the back foot. Oh,
no,
yours?
There is. It's when it's right at your head and you are standing flat-footed waiting for it.
Yeah.
Just knowing some motherfucker's coming in to crunch it. Good punch. In front of... Oh,
Well done. Eastonwood.
a bit high, you think.
Ruckman, don't let him kick for crying out loud. Gee, that's a handball.
Well done. Handball to a travelling person. Underrated skill.
That handball forced him to kick that goal.
And that's it. It's
brilliant.
setting your teammates in a position where they've got to be, not where they are.
But how often do you see players slow down to receive the ball rather than running towards a handball that's where they should be?
But the handball gave him no choice. He had to do it. It was brilliant.
Who sent the handball? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I did know who it was, and then I forgot. I think it was Wallace, but we'll just check. Shut your yammering, Watson. Let us know who it was.
No, this will be interesting bounce.
There it is. Yeah, it was Wallace.
There you go. Top handball. Oh, we've just been talking about that, mate.
And straight as you like.
That's a good bounce. It's the first one we've had today.
Love a good bounce.
Let's not make a habit out of it.
No.
I want to abuse them more.
You missed that one too.
I think he was just trying to claim a stat for that hit out then. It was like getting a colonoscopy.
That was a bit rough.
They're just getting smashed in the clearances at the moment. 17-12 still.
Get him.
I wish Luke Dalhouse didn't shave off the dreads because he's so much harder to spot out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, jeez.
A hospital handball. That's well done to get rid of that.
Oh. So if you get your tackle
That's well
broken,
run.
you should have to do 50 push-ups on the ground, I reckon.
It was like a waddle, that one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's some great running through traffic from Marley Williams there. Bastard.
Yeah, he did well.
If he can, sort out the off-field stuff, he's going to be an absolute gun for years to come.
Yeah, traditionally Collingwood hasn't been the sort of team you go to off-field shit to sort out.
Well,
They're doing well now, though.
They've tried to move a few people on.
I was going to say, I thought that was exactly who you went to when you needed some off-field shit.
It's going to be so much fun this year.
Tell you what,
Collingwood are going to be struggling.
Oh, I reckon.
And Eddie is going to have that chat with Buckley.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall. I tell you what, somebody needs to have a chat with Trav Clark and just let him know, mate, that hair's gone.
Yeah,
It's
done.
It's time to get the razor out.
It'd have to be Jason Dunster, wouldn't it? Because he went through the same thing.
He did. You had to give it up. Save your money on shampoo. And
You can start slaloming through the follicles. Yep.
yeah, well judged there, Minson.
Not a bad hand pass there, just quietly.
Oh, jeez. That's it. Monster him. Some ordinary tackling there.
It's nice. Nice snap.
I mean, these days, if you don't pin the arm, they're going to get it away.
Grundy's nickname's got to be Reg.
Yeah, you'll think so. Here we
go. Now we've got something to talk about. Razor.
He looks like an Oompa Loompa.
I was going to say, he just looked like a bit of fuckhead.
Really? What gives you that? It's Razor fucking Ray.
Oh, fucking hell. Really?
Oh, shit.
That
was perfect. What are you talking about?
It's a great tackle from McCaffrey. If he waits till Griffin gets the ball next time, though.
He did well.
Oh, he wasn't game enough to grab it then. That's good ends. Let him out of that one.
A backman punching. Great to see.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be simple, wouldn't you?
Well, you'd think it'd be a lot more common than it has been. Oh, he was...
A little blade you out the back. Smart.
The thing is, that hand pass is so quick, it looks like a throw.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nah, you like to see that, don't you, for a medium backing, medium backman, like picking. Head in, that'll endear him to the faithful.
Jeez, no, he's really,
good old mate next to him, fucking
getting into this reporting gig. Bloody ducking the head shit.
I said, the dude next to him like a dwarf that grew up.
Really?
Yep.
Dwarf that grew up.
What, an adult?
No.
All right, 1 metre inside the boundary. What are your chances? Are we going to get the... or is it Fox that does the percentages?
Yeah, I can't remember.
No,
We're still waiting, if anyone actually listens, to get a percentage on how often the percentages are right.
I tell you what, Collingwood embracing the transgender fans is fantastic to see.
Oh, Joff has been chucking a wig on and a fucking gold jacket for how many years?
Yeah, not a bad dob.
Yeah.
Dead in front, he would have missed that.
Yeah.
Right, I can read lips there saying, all this area, fuck out of it. It's mine.
Who's the other team? Was it Melbourne we've covered that played Collingwood? There's been one or two.
Maybe next season we could just do
I
that.
can't remember.
It's just commentate every team.
I
that
just
beats
don't know if it's
Collingwood.
just
Yeah,
habit or I
we've
feel
lost.
like I've done a lot of Collingwood bashing in like the last few ones.
Could have been. I'm trying to think. Brisbane,
You know-
who did Brisbane beat? No, Brisbane beat Carlton.
If anyone's
yeah.
upset about that,
I don't remember doing Collingwood.
If anyone's upset, any Collingwood supporters out there upset at the fact that we're bashing Collingwood all the time, well, first, can you return the computer you've stolen? And secondly, bad luck.
You've accidentally come on the Western Bulldogs one. So, yeah, follow the fucking instructions.
That's a nice
Please.
tackle on the big fella.
Good news is next year yours will be probably first up.
Oh, Bucks, it's going to be so much fun seeing you get sacked. Oh, you know, sometimes when you make these sort of calls and you're, they're going to have a shit season, they throw it back at you. They end up having a massive one and you look like a dickhead. That will not happen this year.
And the thing that makes it hard is that Dane Swan re-signed. It's like the only Collingwood player I like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
get the
hard
fuck out of there.
It's hard to hate Dane Swan.
Yeah. Because he's so not Collingwood.
Despite all the tats.
He looks it, but he just doesn't act. He's just he's old school.
He's, you know, the Voss, the Robert Harvey sort of style player.
He just has his own drum and
Yep. And he struts to it.
waddles along to it.
His nickname should be the Duck.
Yeah. yeah.
Not Wayne Carey. 'Cause
yeah. He is.
He has
he's
an
a duck,
absolute
isn't he?
waddle. He's the big country of the AFL.
Yeah.
The king likes it his way.
I reckon we've seen more consistent midfielders, Bruce. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Whee!
Interesting.
I'm going to make it my mission to call out the shit big calls that people make.
Oh, I made some shockers last year. I think
Oh, cheeky.
yeah, insufficient force.
Last thing, because he's not a pussy, he kept his feet, so he wouldn't. So he didn't get
Yeah,
a free kick
exactly
off that.
right.
It's actually good to get a dose of footy again after the Asian Cup being on and just watching people fall over
Fall
on
over
the
all the
fucking
time,
ground
yeah.
all the time. And the thing is, that's the worst thing about the Asian Cup, is that the Asian nations are shocking for it.
Are they worse than the Europeans?
Yeah, in
I don't
my
know.
opinion, man. Every time we play like Oman, like anywhere like UAE, those teams, and they'll start flopping, and it's like the 10th minute.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing, man?
So I did see that's
least try
one
and
of
win.
the trending things to do a Kobe, as they call it. Like people are videotaping themselves walking towards each other and then falling
And
over.
then falling over, yeah.
Kobeing.
Here he is, the Bont. You know, real contender for the NAB Rising Star last year. I think he finished runner-up. He was favourite for a lot of people.
Does his mum have to drop him in? Looks like he's not old enough to drive.
Well, they just said 18, yeah. A big unit for 18.
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ.
Going to be interesting with big Tom Boyd down there next year. Or this year, I should say. It's 2015 now.
Get on.
Ooh. Yeah, interesting kick.
Oh! So the UAE beat Japan on penalties.
Oh.
5-4. So,
Wow. Didn't think Japan... great goal, by the way, but... Yeah, sorry, guys. We just got the news through.
Yeah.
Japan lost.
Kind of disappointed in that, because then we don't get to do the happy Japanese
Happening,
supporters.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I was really
that would
into
be
that.
great.
Plus, I had lots of jokes set up for the Japanese team, and I
Scrapping.
don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard. I mean,
But the West said he wanted us to get down another crack.
well, not quite the right context to making jokes about UAE at the moment.
I think we can make jokes. We just can't draw them. We might leave that one there.
No, let's push it. Let's push it.
We don't want
Hey,
to
Brody, it's a good response. Response? Yep. Thanks for the response.
What does a horseshoe do?
Poor old Brody, he can't even go grab a hot dog or nothing.
those
So-
boys come around to
He
it.
looks pissed off to be watching this fucking game, to be honest.
Just quietly, Liam Jones in the ruck there. That's we're not saying they're scraping the bottom of the barrel there, but
That's got to be an audible. Jonesy, you're in.
well, fuck me.
Just for the record, we're all retired. None of us are interested in rucking for Western Bulldogs. Oh, jeez.
I'm going to say Blair seeing a lot of high balls like that. He'd think he's back in the showers.
Oh, Dead Joke Friday.
Dead Joke Friday.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
fell
throw,
over.
definitely, but good to see.
I love this scrappiness. Get in there. Oh, jeez.
Just one. There it is. One clean possession. That's all you need.
There we go.
Beautiful.
I mean, we won with one ball remaining, but we shitted him. Last few overs was just single.
Oh, just singles, pushing it through.
Single.
Get the fuck out of my way.
All right, we won the cricket too, so that's good. Cricket, soccer, covered. England. Oh, I tell you what, whoever that crowd member is, aren't they gutted? They've gone and got the big cutout. They're not cheap, those big printouts. And they've put it in, they've gone, here's Griffin.
The A0, they've spent time to cut it out.
I love Griffin forever. Well, we'll put that to the test.
Yeah.
Almost as bad as people that got the Chicago Bulls tattoos back in the day.
We've seen Nana's badges down the salvos this afternoon.
Such a...
Hadn't got 42 off 29. 102.
Wow, get back in there. How much do you reckon McCaffer, that was that accidental? You know, it's I got him high, well, let's make him earn it now. That's the tagger's role.
Yeah, well, and the
And
thing
he got
is,
him again there, I think, too.
it's just that instinct. Like, when you're making that tackle, you know straight away where it's sitting and if it's too high or not.
Yeah.
And so when it's already there, you're
It's
like,
already
wow,
a free kick.
I'm pot committed now, so I'm going to shove.
Who do you like to see lose more? Collingwood or the English cricket team?
English cricket team.
Well, see, we only get to see that every couple of years with the English cricket team. Because it only matters at the Ashes. Like,
Yeah.
T20s one day I don't really care as much.
The Ashes are any reason that Test cricket exists.
Correct.
Yeah, like I said on Twitter last night, I'll take country over state any day of the year, any day of the week.
Ping.
G-Post, 2 points. I reckon in the Libber family tree, he's pretty much a 7-footer.
He looks like...
I think the Libber family tree is a literal tree.
Who directed Old School?
Oh, Todd Phillips?
I don't know. I just remember he rocks up at the door and he's like, I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah.
That's what he looks
I'm
like.
pretty sure his name's Todd Phillips. Yeah, he does. He's a little bit shorter, obviously.
Yeah. And not as Jewish.
But yeah, I think, you know, he could certainly pull it off, though,
Yeah.
if need be.
I'm not saying, but he gets family discount in
He's never paid full price for
Rip it
bagels. We'll say that way.
What, his family owns a shop? So he looked like he got caught high by his fellow Bulldog player. It's like blue on blue.
Well, Be More Bulldog is their membership motto. That's
beautiful
a great
chase
tackle.
down.
There is not enough highlights shown of the chase down tackle.
Actually, that's a highlight reel I'd love to see.
Yeah.
Chase down tackles.
Where is it?
Top 10 chase down tackles of the year. There was a top 10 tackles of the year, which is about as close as you get, and it's good to watch too.
The thing is, I'd take the top 20.
Yep.
There'd be 20 in there for sure.
I think.
Isn't it great though when you see them running behind and
love
everybody knows except the man with the ball?
Yeah.
And that's the teammate's fault for not telling you.
Yeah.
But some players, I think they are getting told, and they're like, "No,
Right.
I've
I've got this.
No
Yep.
one's going to catch me."
Just because they're your teammates doesn't mean they're your mates. We've all been there.
Okay.
There's always at least one on every team that everyone just goes,
That was-
"Fuck that
Just didn't
dickhead."
bite it once.
That was Cloak outmarking Higgins there, and I don't think Higgins did anything wrong. Here it is, under the arm. I've got this, and
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Look at me, Mum. Look at me.
there's one player that never really blossomed after the switching over from Hawthorn. Poor old Young. I don't like to see
Poor
it.
old Young.
Poor old Young, yeah. Dad joke Friday. Jeez, I tell you what, if he could kick straight his whole career, geez, he'd be dangerous.
I kind of preferred Travis Cloak with the yips. That was way more funny.
It is funny.
Well, he's no Richo.
No one is.
No.
And I think the world's a little bit poorer for it.
Yeah.
I still don't get why players lick their fingertips so damn often.
They like the taste of leather? I don't know.
So at least the cricket players spit on their hands.
Yeah, I mean, they're sweaty as balls anyway, so they could just rub their fingertips on their gurns.
I
They want to
mean,
moisten their fingertips. That's
They're
fine.
habitually tapping each other's asses as well.
They're habitual ass tappers.
Tap that ass.
Gee, that's some nice ruck work. It's a shame.
Oh, Napoleon, you dumb motherfucker.
Oop, left of that. Oh, there he goes.
Oh,
Diving
second
right.
effort.
Oh,
Snag that one out of
Here we go, let's keep going.
Yes.
I've never seen people accidentally break tackles before.
Get in there,
Right,
Dallas.
Grammy, get the fuck out of the way now. Guillotine.
We've got 5 minutes to go till half time.
I like how there's 3 Collingwood players to 0 Bulldogs standing around the ball with their arms outstretched. You could
Yeah.
be pulling that
Yours-
motherfucker off the ball and getting it.
Oh, he spent it, GNC Syracuse.
Backed it up with a nice tackle there.
Just quietly, it's a fun name to say.
Gian Syracuse.
I know a lot of
Gian
people.
Syracuse.
I know a lot of people thought his first name was John.
Yeah.
I can't make my mind up about Lumumba. Sometimes his tweets are quite insightful and intelligent. Other times you're like, what fucking planet are you on?
I just don't know if he's more or less of an arsehole than Harry O'Brien. Haven't figured it out yet.
You haven't heard from that cunt in a while, have we?
Keep
What
quiet.
happened to him?
Thing is, I think Lumumba is like a shit version of Ricky Williams
What?
in the NFL. You know Ricky Williams in the NFL?
Not really.
Look him up. They did the 30 for 30 documentaries.
Yep.
They did one on him called Run Ricky Run. He's actually like he was a Heisman Trophy winner,
Yep.
and he got busted smoking marijuana in the NFL like 3 times in a strike, which seems ridiculous these days because everyone's juiced up. So he said, "Well, no, I'm going to move to Australia," and he camped
That's right.
on the side of the road.
Yep.
But
Do remember that.
he's a yogi, actually. A very spiritual person. And when the Baltimore Ravens won the Super Bowl, that was the year after he left. And he wasn't going to... The only reason he left was because he was having a chat with the coach just randomly. And the coach said, don't let the game catch up to you,
Yeah.
Leave on your terms. And they thought
So
about
he
it.
did.
He's like, well, now, yep.
Yep.
And
Fair
so
enough.
he went to the Super Bowl as a photographer.
Good on him.
Yeah.
Oh, just got there.
just enough to put it in no man's land too.
That was Tut. I think he's also another exit from the Bulldogs this year.
Fucking hell.
I couldn't be asked doing the research for it, but I reckon that there's more in the last 3 years. There'll be more games experience left the Bulldogs than they have left. Currently at the club.
Yeah, the average game be hard.
I haven't researched that either, but I second it, so we're passing off as fact.
That's fact.
Yeah, we're working for news.com right now.
So
lock it in.
Give me 5 minutes, it'll be on Wikipedia, then it's a certified fact.
It happened a while back. There was a politician or something who got their Wikipedia hacked, and they said their middle name was Bellend.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's no different from governments writing history. It's just the people writing it, really.
And people tend to be dickheads.
Yep. Funny dickheads, though. I mean, shit, we're here.
I love that facial, just like, what the fuck, bro?
I think that's the first shot of the coach, or at least the first one I've noticed.
That was the second one.
All right.
Only because the first one I was like, who the fuck's... that's
right.
coach, yeah, that's right.
Well, he's not coach anymore anyway, so...
Yeah.
Okay, no chance in hell that wasn't touched, but still...
It looks like a Melbourne supporter that put on the wrong shirt.
He always looked 10 years older than he probably is, doesn't he, Brendan McCartney? What do you make of that, his off-season offing?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, it's at the end of the ladder where it's
Pretty much
inconsequential.
compulsory.
No one gives a fuck. That's a thing.
But as a coach, you got to expect you're going to get knifed. If you have a losing season, doesn't matter what sort of caddy you got, the first thing they do is knife the coach.
It was weird though, because it was postseason already finished. It was trade week, and the captain said he wants to go, and then they've lost the captain, so they thought, well, coach has lost the players, we'll get rid of him too.
And the thing is, do we even really know what went down in the Bulldogs there with just rats leaving from the sinking ship, and did it ever really come out? Because I didn't think that Brendan did that bad. I don't think he did a bad job at all, to be honest.
Well, we just said, they went from 8 wins to 7 wins, and from 15th to 14th or something like that. So It wasn't like nobody expected them to make finals.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
But they just said he's lost the players and he resigned, not sacked.
Yeah.
But
what's with the losing the players though? I mean, I know that's kind of
it's very Gen Y, isn't it?
I'll be the topic to jump onto. You lose the players, fuck you.
Yeah.
You're the guy telling him what to do. I've never seen a CEO get sacked because he was being too mean to his employees.
It is funny because we've got Collingwood and the Bulldogs here, because there was always those whispers that Buckley lost respect with the older players.
Yeah.
So their response was, right, well, you can fuck off. They let Didak retire and moved Heath Shaw on, and a couple of the others, and Buckley's still there. Whereas the other teams, like the Bulldogs, said, all right, well, we'll get rid of the coach, we'll get a new one.
Yeah, but on the other side of that, I remember hearing Terry Wallace maybe on 3AW or SEN or something like that.
Probably SEN,
talking about his time at the Tigers, and he was saying that he said he knew maybe 3 years out that he wasn't going to get renewed, and he knew he was going to get sacked if he lasted that long out for the contract. But he said the only thing that kept him there was actually Matthew Richardson, because he said he lost the players, but he said Richo was as loyal as, and so he told everyone, he said, look, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, but he's our coach. Nothing is going to change that. So we get behind him and we try our fucking best.
Yep.
And he said he was one of those players in the locker room that it didn't matter who it was. It wasn't because he was friends with him personally. It was just the principle of the man saying he's the coach.
He is the coach.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
And
nothing else matters,
It's in our best interest to listen to what he says. Full stop. Because you're not going to get him out. He's there. Even Kane Johnson apparently wanted him out and that.
Well, I think every team needs that player that pulls players in line.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Your captain.
With Richard on the field, it was just completely the opposite. He's ripping fucking shreds off him.
But to be fair, obviously we're talking about Richmond here, not the Bulldogs, but Terry Wallace was the first bloke that figured Richo out.
Yeah.
And went, all right, maybe you run for days, why don't we try you on the wing?
Yeah.
And he almost won a Brownlow at bloody 36 or whatever it was. So,
the people's favourite to get that one.
As much as you can say, his tenure at Richmond didn't lead to the promised land, he figured something out.
Yeah.
That a lot of coaches before him couldn't.
He wasn't their worst coach.
Nope.
Not by a long shot. I'm taking Mr. Wall for that one. Mr. Wall's.
God, look at him. a lot of the Bulldogs, their young midfield looking spent.
Yeah, they're so damn young to give them 5 minutes rest and they're back up to it again.
Yeah, exactly. Which will suit Bruce.
Oh, Gia.
So, just about the end of the first half.
And 1 point in it. They'll be very happy with it at this stage, you'd say.
Yeah, well, it hasn't really been a highlight-packed first half footy.
It's been contested.
It's been a grind. But a lot of times in these sorts of matches, that's when you see like those real special moments in the fourth quarter when everyone's knackered and someone steps up.
Just like there, Grant.
Good tackle.
Get in there.
You could make the argument that he had him in a chicken wing around the high bit, but, if you're the ball carrier and you don't get rid of it, you always have that risk. Good kick.
Just outside his distance there.
They know it's only seconds left. Oh.
Didn't get it away.
Jeez, he's a good kick.
Not a bad effort. Pity it doesn't count.
Hit the post.
There you go.
We don't know about his condition.
All right, we've had some slight technical difficulties there. Our computer just died, so we've fixed it up and we've saved everything. So if things are a little bit out of sync, we're sorry about that. But here we go with the second half.
It's to their advantage.
When we say a little bit, it'll only be like a split second.
Yeah, hopefully so. Yeah. Sort it out. We'll figure it out.
Well, you can hear the commentary in the background, so just match that up.
Yeah, just quietly, we're so fucking impressed that we didn't lose the trial that we're not going to start again. So we're happy with that.
Oh,
dropped
nearly
it.
spectacular.
God, after that massive don't argue. Yeah, Crammy just went out of space there. The ideas were good. The ability to do them well.
It's a can opener.
That's side control.
Oh, no, he's got a bad case of the hurt feeling.
Girl. No penalty.
I know that one. No, that one.
Are we allowed to show that before 9:30? Not on this channel, Dalehouse.
Riding?
You've lost concentration. Bottom belly.
No surprise there, Bruce. Bruce has lost concentration after that. Tell you what, there's a story checks out.
Bruce,
I reckon that's going to get another on 7th place for you next week, don't you? Oh, absolutely, Bruce.
Bruce has dropped the mic, he's running downstairs. Let's get in on this.
I'll be in my bunk.
I shall be in my boudoir.
1 point. If the Doggies get the first.
Yeah, Bruce has got 1 point, all right.
I reckon.
We've got another 5 minutes of this.
Welcome to the rest of the show.
At the end of the first term, there were some concerns in the Collingwood camp, and he looks very okay.
Concerns?
With the opening score of the second half, they lead it by 2 points. And both tackers got a real problem. So Mitch Wallace on Pendlebury, he leads Collingwood's disposals.
I don't think Mitch Wallace can stay a target for the overtime career. As soon as he starts to develop physically a little bit more, he's 2-3 seasons in at the minute. He's going to drive. Yeah, such a midfield game. Good talk there, fellas.
Couple of IT things, I think.
Yeah.
It is funny to see players like that. Like, when they first come to these young fellas, they're so tiny.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have never played against grown men.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but then they get knocked in their ass the first time. It's like, oh shit, they're all fitty folk.
Here's what I'm going for.
A little chance. Dwyer, well done. Swan, good hands. Williams through the centre of the ball. Out the wide of the
Oh, well done. Shocking.
I was just about to say, it's been a punishing running game.
Yeah, it has.
Picking in the middle didn't work out.
Size it up. Good kick. Well done to bottom.
Pick the man out. Yeah, that's not bad round the corner.
I think he wasn't quite aware how free he
Turn.
He missed Jones there. Jones was all alone at half forward.
It might have been a low tackle from him.
Ankle pick. He won't get clear for that.
Oh,
good
yeah, that's
grab.
good.
Good grab. She's open about, aren't they? They've lifted a gear.
Yeah, they've come out firing in the first couple of minutes.
What the fuck was that?
To be honest, you should after a half-time break. It's not like you're
can be caught by surprise. I mean, you should know what's going on. You just had half hour to talk about it.
You know what the structure of this game is going to be, so you should aim through your fitness development, people would aim your recovery or your fitness to be able to recover in a short period of time.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, it's not 30 seconds between rounds. But someone spent the whole time getting scrapped. They've had oranges, interviews.
Move to space really quickly is trouble for Kappa.
Apparently get held comfortingly and rocked.
Murphy, well done. Higgins. Well, there is Murphy, so it wasn't Murphy in the first place, it was Picken.
Jeez, 8 people around the board.
Right, third time. Back to Picken. Big hook from
It's old
Picken.
school
Just wanted to buy
style
some
play.
time.
Picking, I like it.
House
Right. Made a contest, House. That's all you can ask for from the 5-5.
Marley Williams, long ball to full forward, rough head and Cloak. And through from behind.
I definitely like that matchup, though.
Yeah, that's much better.
I mean, Roughhead rather than Morris.
And in part the first with that rough head was holding.
He's also winning the ball in the first possession stoppages,
Yeah.
10 first possessions from stoppages, getting a big hand from the big man, Will Vincent, 11 hit-outs to advantage,
Pedro.
absolutely dominating the ruck. They're really working well together, those two. And kick, and just on the line. I guess, Tim, the other point about Gio,
Oh, he's trying to leg you there,
subs doing laps after the game, I guess this is what it's all about. I just don't think it's the same.
How
I
tempting
mean,
would it
the
be?
conditioning
Just running
process is
behind
really good at clubs
Razor
now,
Rangers
so
there. Just a
besides
little, oh, I got bumped. Sorry, Race.
down pat, this is really going to test
You'd take the week, wouldn't you?
couldn't get his kick away there.
And I reckon for the rest of the season, every player you'd be playing on go, mate, good one.
And now Dalhouse boots the ball
4 weeks in
towards
advance.
Gia. He's got cross to beat. We saw this earlier in the game. Well done. Gia's tackle was good.
Oh, gee, the tackling's good. That's a free kick every day of the week.
Could be Fletcher or Harvey's last game, they just iron him out.
Might not matter. Cramery's got the ball. He wanted to get it over the top.
Just enough.
He's thought about it twice.
Oh, then you can see the thought process going right
Yeah,
through his
just
head.
pull your nuts. Get back and have a shot.
I often think the more time he's got to think of the shot for God, the less
This
likely
is
he is.
like
Great
Jared
tackle here from Gia. And then why wasn't this tackle rewarded? Have a look at this tackle from Joe.
Yeah, correct.
Now, that wasn't rewarded.
That was a great tackle. He's had a good game,
He
Jones.
was play on.
Couple of goals, nice tackle.
Cramery with a behind this afternoon
Here he
only.
goes.
This is really important.
Bread and butter.
To get the
There you are.
the second half. What a lot of confidence that can give them, and he's got it.
He might end up being the big loser of the Boyd trade to Mary. I don't think Boyd's going to iron out full forward next year, but the key forward role is certainly a little more cloudy.
$3 in the second half, they'll win.
The Bulldogs are going to be cases. If you can goals, you've got the job.
Yeah.
He needs to really stand up in the second half, and he's only had the 4 touches. Well, that's bad news.
I know we talked about it last time with the GWS game, but geez, I'm looking forward to that. I think it's round 6 next year. GWS versus the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So much fire.
I don't know if it's going to be
I can't remember. It's my favourite charge. I'll look it up.
That's a massive blow for the
I'm pretty sure they played twice.
for sure. Liberatore again getting down and dirty. Stevens taken out of it by Pendlebury.
Well, like, the way he's moving it.
Yeah, we spoke about it before. I really hope that they push to make it a good Friday game in 2016 or something like that. Make a marquee matchup out of it. Make it something special.
Kick from
Yeah.
Wilson. Oh, well done there.
I mean, what's that rivalry around?
McRae straightened on the left. Greg, good leap.
Playing New
Well
Zealand.
done, Randy.
Like in New
Not to
Zealand.
give a free away. Frost there. Cranmery wants it.
St Kilda or something.
Ball up.
I know St Kilda, they played the Swans and somebody else last year on Anzac Day.
Great rivalry, that.
Full marks for him for time.
Minson,
Oh, cheeky.
Yeah, never gonna
No.
Well done to Dwyer.
Oh, come on.
Well, I mean, it is chopping of the arms. Just the forwards don't get a chance to do it that often.
True.
Straps some tape around the, you can see it there on his left calf shin area. So hopefully it is just a bit of a knock and he'll walk that off and be able to come back on. Up and moving now.
What? They're really missing a trick to not having any magic spray in there. I know, right? Shit through his cancer.
You reckon they can't get any hold of it? The cricket team buys out the stocks.
Good from the Dogs. Back to Frost. They do keep them into the
Yeah, they caught Benny Cousins huffing at one stage.
The Bulldogs scoring got it their way. They forced the long kick.
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
Minus the long handball, not a good one. Adams. He can use
Should
Young
know
left it
every time he
behind.
sings that song.
Not been a great day for Young
Go
so far.
Pup,
He goes in.
go.
He made the blue front. Could get
Go
in. No,
Pup,
kicks
yes,
away.
sir.
Hugs the boundary line. Out of bounds might be the best result for both teams. That's a good result though, because early in the game, the first 3 goals that Collingwood kicked, they got from rebounding out of defence. So that's an area of the game that the Bulldogs have been able to really slow them down.
Yeah. You've never seen Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Pause. Go legally get all 9 seasons.
Most of you is Australia, so download it. Oh no, that's easy torrent. Shut up. Netflix, if that's out by this time. I don't know. Not Australia. It will be soon.
Comes out in March, I think.
Yeah.
He needs to find a target. He does.
So YouTube, that
Tuck's
shit.
been
Fucking
handy.
hilarious.
Keep running, son. Got ignored out in the wing for a 50-50 contest. Worked out alright.
So far.
Cremery on the right side.
Yeah, just whack it on, someone will get there.
Have a crack. So they did the hard work like in that small space getting free, and then he's Lindsay Thomas. He slipped.
Oh, better, mate. No, it's very good time. Yeah, Liam Jason's been alright. I've been, if I were,
He's getting put on a wing, ain't he?
Here we go again.
Yeah, you got your hand right on his back.
you got 2 arms around him and hit like that.
Granted, that hand may not be what forced him down.
Doesn't look good though, does it?
Oh, they'll play it every time. What, 2 hands in the back and forcing him down? 2 arms around him and a hand in the back.
Well, he's been the bonus today, Jones. A goal in every quarter.
It's almost an insult. You know, he's probably 6 years into his career when they call you contributing a bonus.
Yeah.
If there's ever been a backhanded insult.
No, he said bonus today, Jones. I think it was more a request or a statement.
I
I know he's going to bone Bruce, but who's the other one? Like us?
Basil's emphasis is up there today.
Lad, this is me.
Collingwood in front right now. They've been 4th spot. And I like that. That's how important this match is to them at the moment. They're below 3.
You look like you're not sure where he is or what's going on.
Siren sounds now.
There's a phone. I just hold it up here. Yep. All right.
Not only on the
How do you
scoreboard,
text?
but also on the ladder. Griffin's back out there, which is great news. Well done, Liberatore to Murphy to Griffin.
See, that's a cutting statement. Griffin's back out there, which is great news. It's going to hurt. Not only have they lost their captain to GWS, they're still paying him.
That's the worst, yeah.
That's got to hurt.
Back to Young. We said he's been quiet. No
It's like a
deal for Swanee.
in the season when Jimmy Reichman left Ferrari in Formula 1, who was the second highest paid F1 driver, not on grid, not driving Formula 1.
Collingwood running. Oh, takes your breath away, doesn't it?
Paid 40 million bucks for the similar result and get hammered on a cheap blood for it, imagine. Actually, no, these 80 bucks because Ferrari paid
Finish
for it.
from Swan on the back of the hard running.
The damn big shit of shit this one.
Probably Tato's hand squashed by Putin's big fucking
That's
fire.
spot on. He started it or picked up his hand or released him. It was just
I'm not sure where that
You didn't know where you were going, but you were there for the ride.
No, I knew where I was going, then I was like, shit, that's a Bill Hicks joke.
Oh, is it? There you go.
Oh no, it's all about
That released Swan, and then they were away. I
Oh,
mean, they were in the corridor, they had all that width to play.
That's right, he comes through.
I can say
A really good finish from Swan.
there's no cure for cancer.
What teams do, they do. Yeah.
So they've responded now. The Dogs have got to keep the foot on the throat. They've got to keep Collingwood down.
Decent balance.
Hard to do, easy to say. Pendlebury.
I think Bruce just came.
Gets it to Adams. Adams to half forward.
There's no way Bruce has pants on right now. Or something
Early
tickly
get those 2 goals. He is such a warrior, isn't he?
They did a story earlier in the year about the players that get possessions when they matter most, and Pendlebury was at the top of the chart in the AFL because when the game was in the balance,
Yeah,
that
right,
bloke
eh?
on screen there
He's a
now,
good player.
he made
Tell us
a
about his
difference.
basketball
And again,
background
this
too. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the challenge for Griffin today, isn't it? I mean,
Everyone else.
maintain his standard throughout the match.
That was a
and be a
good-
match for Pendlebury.
Yeah, it was kind of like he was running off with a ball that no one realised anyone had.
So like, hey, what are you doing? It's just
Didn't work.
not much
Frost,
cohesion there.
cut off by Jones.
Or
Frost and
Scraggers.
Jones. Frost and Keith have been challenged today.
See, that was well dug out. Was that Jones again? I couldn't say.
McRae left footed, so that's a
Oh,
good.
well done.
Scray, what a kick.
Well done.
What a great decision. Nah.
Pelly is too, like,
Bonds, go back, pull this one through, son.
they got great vision.
Take your damn
Both
time.
don't like him to Scotty Pendlebury.
That nose has got a bit of paddle about it.
I know I'm a fan, but
Look at that for a kick though. That
Look
was
at
just
this.
perfect.
It's right in with the
There it is.
There you go, that's
Fair
profile.
wedge. I tell you, now I know why Dean Cox was fired.
I'm not saying he's got a big nose, but when he goes to the beach, does a backstroke, and he gets out of the water, the little shark.
Beautiful, look at that.
No. That's joke.
Great to see all the Bulldog players coming around him. He's been really impressive. He's up to 14 touches.
And get off, yeah. Why would you? Why would you stay on?
Yeah, drag the bastard. That'll fucking hurt him.
They've been really instrumental in this quarter in really critical passages.
Funny thing is, they've probably come off and, you know, the sports scientists or whatever, physical superior scientists, whatever.
Failed
Like,
PE teachers.
yeah, look, his heart rate's up. It's because he just sprinted off the fucking field. It wasn't because he kicked the goal. More and more becoming convinced that they're super science.
I think there's some good and there's a lot of bad things out there.
I think it's the principle that you're only working on quantifiable parameters. Like, there's so much to it that's quantifiable, like momentum and heart, courage, and leadership.
That feel, the
And yeah, it's like, you know, that guy's on the field, we're going to fucking win this game. In a game, someone's got to lose. Yeah, and sometimes just not your day.
Oh, G Post just scrapes it in there.
guys, a big message from Brendan McCartney to his team at half time.
Just quiet. We were watching the cricket the other night and you see with James Brayshaw was calling. Somebody's done a little tickle behind Scray and he's gone for the single. And Brayshaw said, it's just a point there. It's just a point. You thought, yeah.
I heard you say behind.
It was too, that's right. It's just the behind, sorry. Yeah, so his mind's obviously elsewhere as well.
Yeah, and his finest piece of commentary of the summer. Oh, well done. he's copped it.
Yeah, nothing better than smothering it with your throat.
Yeah, he's got.
Don't let them know they hurt you.
Exactly. Get up. Bullshit.
No, nothing more.
And we're going to find out in the next 9 or 10 minutes.
Liberatore, Adams.
Over they
go. Marcus Bontempelli, we mentioned him a few
Libba
times.
was their best and fairest this year too, and I reckon it's going to be the first of many for him. The Bulldogs.
Marcus said that Christmas Day was his favourite.
They're going well.
Everybody's favourite day of the year, but he could get around these older
Challenge for it, yeah.
Make it harder for Christmas. Oh, good tackle.
What a great tackle. That's Jones again.
I'll tell you what, if you were the GWS recruiter, as if you wouldn't throw some money at Liberatore just to stir the fucking pot. You don't expect him to take it, but you're like, alright, $1.5 million a season. Just to see him get that decision.
And just, quietly leak it through social media or something like that.
We offered $1.5 million. And then the Friday after, knock off beers. Do it. I've got his number. Yeah, like, sitting there doing that. You wouldn't believe what just fucking happened, man.
I think their social media accounts, they did have a bit of byplay during the trade period as well, because, like we said, Bulldogs, Be More Bulldogs was their catch cry. I think they had No More Bulldogs, the GWS were fine with.
I think the social media teams for the AFL clubs could be a bit more, interesting, like a bit more them, you know what I mean? Not so just politically correct and straight in the line and, thank you for your support. And I think half of them run by the same marketing team.
More than likely. Yeah. But every now and then they come out with some good ones. The one that sticks to my mind is the Brisbane Lions. And they're live tweeting during the game. They're like, cool. Great mark there in the wing. You're going to pump it forward into the 50 now, and then 2 seconds later, or kick it sideways, whatever. You can tell someone's actually passionate. Yeah. Watching the game, going, oh, fuck, man.
See, that's what I like. That's what I want to be following.
Exactly right.
When I'm on Twitter and I watch the sport, that's what I want to be following.
Especially it's the team's own social media account.
Yeah.
Be biased.
Yeah.
Geez, you wouldn't want that in Richmond, though.
Personality.
Yeah, exactly.
If that was Richmond, it'd be, we're in a chance for a premiership this year, and then 3 minutes in the first quarter, these fucking cunts sack them all, they're fucking gone.
I like it. Used to like 4 a.m. say one. You not got any coke?
Just over around the football and the other way through Dwyer. He looks upfield, Blair the man creating the lead. Here he is.
That's a rock star bounce there, isn't it?
Showed a bit of pace. How's the kick to the post?
That's a nice grab.
That's two quality grab.
I tell you what, Jamie Elliott made it look really good.
I tell you what, Jamie Elliott takes some nice grabs too. Very well struck.
What about his elevation there? The vertical lead. I reckon Pickett thought he had him covered there, but he just couldn't get as high as vertical. So Elliott, two early ones.
As you get older, it takes a little bit longer to recover. Would not surprise me
The 9 disposals. Busy early, quiet in the middle part of the game. Their leading goal scorer with 26.
That's a nice effort.
27. That's an important goal. He's got 3.
Oh, he's back.
I would love it off air. Bruce McElhaney
if we get Cosby-like rumours coming out in a couple of years. Delicious.
I feel like Rick James style. Bitches, come show Charlie Murphy your chance.
I'm Bruce McElhaney, you bitch.
And a knockdown like looking Charlie. Can I play though?
You have Charlie. What the fuck are you with Charlie?
He's stuck on Charlie Murphy.
I was going to say Charlie.
Can you imagine if Charlie Murphy owned Playboy?
Who's the old actor?
It'd be
Charles
fucking
Brosnan.
Yeah.
Charlton Heston.
Charlie Heston. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't think he's old anymore. I think he's dead.
Yeah.
From my cold dead hands, does it say?
Oh,
piss off.
Fucking hate seeing cheap goals like that.
Unless it's your team. If it's your team, then it's fucking fantastic play.
Yeah, it's not my team.
Look at that. Spurs are level 6 minutes to go.
Good players that we've got with speed and pace and good goal sense.
Well, you had a good player. You had a good player with speed. The problem was you were selling a lot of size.
And not sharing the profits of the club.
Hey, debt free, the Tigers don't have that.
Cash with prime property.
Wins will work out on that next. Well, on the Bulldogs, he's talking about their lacking key forwards, key defenders, they're trying to get the most out of Roughhead. They've got Boyd coming in. One play, I reckon played 90% of the season in the twos again was Ace 40. One that they, he's a high draft pick when they got him. They're still waiting for him to develop. And he just looks like a typical big young player who's still a little bit slow for the message from the brain to get to the hands and to the feet.
I don't remember him, but I like him already. Because it already sounds like Ace Freely.
But Cam Mooney again was talking during the week about it. He said he's just not sure if he wants to. He says he wants to do it.
Yeah, no, fuck him off. If they're not sure if they want to, they don't.
He says he wants to, but it's a matter of doing what needs to be done, and that discipline on the track and off the track. Doing the right things.
I actually had a conversation today with
Good
nice grab.
And we're talking about growing up and the people who were the best in the sport, particularly football, they weren't the ones that made it, they were the ones that worked hard. They weren't necessarily the best through the grades, but they always worked hard. They always did the stuff in the summertime.
Well, there's those players that work hard and they get to a certain level. And there's those players that work smart and they get to a certain level. And then there's the players that work smart and hard and they go the way.
Look, there's that old saying, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. Something like that.
Let's run with that. So we're doing motivational speaks on Thursday.
Yeah.
Motivational speaks.
Yeah.
Mine's on good luck for the skills.
How to be lucky.
Yeah.
doesn't get the bounce. Jones had a good day.
Be lucky to get lucky.
Mr. Scragger, they'll get low.
Bang! That is what football's all about. That test ball between two players running at each other.
One went for the ball, the other one stuck his foot out. Shame about the kicks, but
that is the epitome of men in football.
when you talk about players that are under the pump, that's Grant for the Bulldogs. He's just one of those guys that almost been good enough. I haven't strung together, a long run of games in the ones. He's always back to the VFL, but
I think he's been lucky. There's been a lot of penalty amongst the ranks in Western Bulldogs.
like you're saying, Claire Wallace would call them list coggers.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing where that's what makes the strong stronger, because you get found out so much quicker when you're not doing your fair share.
But we're saying, this isn't Jesus, a horrible kick. Blair made a good contest there, but he's recovered well. It hasn't been a highly skilled game, but it's been contested and it's been consistent, hasn't it?
It's been tough.
It hasn't been let up.
It's been a tough game. This is like country football.
A lot of it, yeah.
They're pretty, but you're going to be buggered by the end of it.
I'm not sure what the greatest margin so far has been, but it wouldn't be more than two goals. Two and a half.
They're almost there now.
It's good defending. I think Roughhead's a good.
I got my hand in front of my face, and it makes me look kind of funny.
It smells like my butt.
And then what Bruce did,
and he just got,
Bruce did.
They're on me?
What?
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
You seen that?
Locks on.
You seen those lip syncing videos yet?
Yeah.
Gray in heavy traffic. Grant, he'll kick it to Grant. He
What are you
does.
going to do? We'll go chase that tail.
The next kick is where they've been falling down in the last 10 minutes. Efficiency in the forward 50. Let's see if they can make something of this. Grant goes defensively to Jones in the pocket.
Oh,
Jones
tell the day he's having him pull that in, Grant.
Dalhouse.
Well left.
Little scrubber. Stevens a chance. Cheer got down low. No free. Good decision.
Cheer got down low.
Into spit ball up. Well up five.
They need to push forward now, the Bulldogs, and just sort of lock the ball in here for as long as they can.
You talk about their clearance.
What do you mean locking in for long as you can? How about you kick a goal and go back to the middle?
Clearance here. A clean footy. Not with that. Dwyer.
Interesting.
Kaffer.
It's hard for
Kick down the
a
line.
I think they just skipped the goal and went back to the middle.
And Murphy.
Oh,
that's efficient.
That's being a team player. Helping out your umpires.
It amazes me how many players put their hands in the air when they're asking the ball. And how few of them actually point to where they want the ball delivered.
Oh, yes, he's got it.
I was going to say, you've got to
That's
make better than
well
that. That's veteran stuff. You've got that much time, you should put it through. And he's buggered. Poor bloke.
He can't even run off.
All things being equal, should be when he comes onto the field.
That's when he's sitting there going, these fucking guys, sick of carrying you,
He's
cunt.
such a smart player. His sole intention.
Nah, he ain't talking nothing. He's taking every breath he can get.
Even Razor's gone. You're right.
No, he's nicked his bloody drink. That's just rude. I tell you, I could read that the drink runner's mind. And I just fucking off to give this drink. Yeah, thanks.
Oh,
It's like the arcade game, and you know you're low on petrol.
He stopped. He
High
remembered.
five. It was a high five. Oh, shit.
Kids these days.
I'll bring that one back. Come on.
Of the Magpies.
Oh.
Well done. Kick. Not really that clear. Dalhouse to miss it here.
There you go.
The Bulldogs, they're up by a goal.
The all-important centre break.
That was actually a nice corral.
That's
Good
nice.
tackle.
Man, too.
Nice tackle. If he's got the ball, it'll be even better.
Oh, my God, guys, you thought that better than that.
Time he does have the football, might be holding
Like the
the
centres
ball.
of-
Umpiring.
Oh!
What about that? Williams onto Dalhouse. That was a strong tackle on the ground. Lucky that Dalhouse isn't hurt there.
Oh, he looks a little wobbly.
He's seen better days.
Picks himself up.
It's a line.
Has been through his hands a moment ago with Sublime. Griffin off the ground. Ricochets
Yeah,
back.
no, no, no.
Cranberry's had a nilly go. We talked about the fact that Cranberry
talking about before the experience that Bulldogs have lost over the off-season. If I can see this, how about this for some names? Griffin, Cooney, Gian Siracusa, Higgins, Jones, and Tom Williams.
Shit, 1,500 games worth?
Pretty close to it. I mean, there's some sad stories there with Tom Williams. So I think had about 89 games in a 10 or 11 year career. Just couldn't get the body right. At the end, at least he got the chance to say, look, body's not ready. Not suited. I just can't do it anymore. Everything hurts. Besides that, the others, there's so many games they're lost.
It's so funny when you say the names on a list like that. It sounds like you're in the making for a premiership team.
Yeah.
There's some quality players when you go through those.
And all those guys were there when the Bulldogs were. Most of those guys were there when the Bulldogs were playing prelim finals. Year in, year out.
Yeah, that's true.
So they've seen not the highest, but they've had a good taste. And unfortunately, come up short.
She's not probably about a prelim final reunion. That poor bastard.
Them two that fought over the ball, the goal line against Crows.
Jono was a quality player, but there were so many times he had the ball in his hand, game on the line, and he shanked it.
I think he got 50-50 for those. And I remember one he buried his mouthpiece.
That was the North match.
Does Ryan Griffin walk normally off the ground ever, or is he always leaving?
Yeah. 1 leg 3 inches shorter.
Collingwood 12-6, remembering the Magpies kicked the opening.
Yeah, Bucky looks like he's just read a Far Side cartoon and he's trying to figure it out.
More of the ball around the clearances. Collingwood's kicked 6 goals so far in this game from those clearances.
How do the cows
just tap the ball over the line. So we asked the question here.
Maybe Buckley's just like this
we asked the question
puppet they put up there.
How about
Just
because
coach is getting a little pressure.
You see that, Eddie?
Everyone has to leave to stand behind him.
That's gross.
Oh, no, I think you'd have to get Eddie out of the way first, because he'd be elbow deep by now. I reckon he's convinced Buckley's a puppet. Get on it, Picken. Beautiful. Look at that. You were worried about that kick.
Kick a goal, son.
You were worried about that shank. Hits him on the chest.
Beautiful Corby.
You've never seen a better 35-metre talk.
No, I have not.
He spent it.
Did everything right except corner.
Start, middle, and the end. He's gone inverted.
Roback got in low. Wanted a high tackle. And the ball up. Matthew, we've got 15 seconds to go. You've given yourself a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. We thought that if we could stick with it for the first 15 to 20 minutes of this
Oh,
quarter,
boy, yeah, you know, mate.
gives us a chance to
Got his beer, he's back.
Be good to see what they can do in the last quarter.
Yeah, he's earning his money.
In front of us, eh? It's been a
Well,
terrific game right from the start. Murphy in a tight spot. But they're out. Cheers out. Liver. What a quarter.
There we go. Bulldogs by 1 goal. I tell you what, there's been some great goal kicking. Shots from the boundaries have gone through. And have a look at that. 12-6, 36. What do you like to see?
So much in 3 quarters.
Exactly, especially where, I mean, your goals are double your points.
Good
Bloody
conversion.
well.
It's great. It's what it should be.
Fantastic all day.
And it's been like,
Body's excited. Look,
it
he's
seems to have
pumped.
been a high pressure game.
Real chance to win this game.
Tell you what,
Old dudes in the second row there were excited too.
the Bulldogs faithful. Get around him. Get around, boy. You reckon they've been warned off?
They're up by a goal. Final term underway. They've been so brave, the Doggies. It was nice work. They got it through liberally
Get
to
there.
Scray forward.
Well made.
And now the mark is taken by the old dog.
Have a shot.
The old dog.
Kick down towards.
Oh, that's well done.
His chest. Well.
Terrible
Start
play.
this one. Jones has 3 already.
Shout out to
Kicking
Gia.
for 4. Gia in front. The delivery spot on to. And she's been good. Jim, but the thing that the Bulldogs have tried to do, and it's worked for them, is actually get Langton to full back on Jones.
Won't appreciate that. That's probably his third league that's been under there. It's bloody hard to keep up with somebody.
Jones has read the ball beautifully off the boot too.
Especially actually be able to get the space without taking the chest.
His career twice, both last year against Geelong and Richmond, and both of them here at Etihad Stadium. So for the third time in his career,
Well done.
he's a bit of a bumper. They're up by 2 goals.
Consistency's been his problem, and that's why he's no longer there.
He's kicked one in every quarter, so he's kicked 1 goal, Jones, in every quarter. Probably the best thing he's done all day was a one-down tackle, but, well, and the marking forward. Just
I can't remember a
Don't
game
forget, this
that
is
I've
the
seen
final
him play
quarter,
where
and I'll
he's been
be
more
asking
productive
you
over
where
the
your Brownlow votes
I mean, he's been the
end up.
forward rather than Cranberry.
That's right, and he's
Yeah, not very
pressured as well. We've
good
talked
time,
about that on a number of occasions. He's tackled on the way out, so he's been really good.
Delicious.
Well, straight from the centre clearance here, you see players responding to the message of Brendan McCartney in three-quarter time.
Responding to the message of Brendan McCartney.
Daniel Jan Syracuse at this time.
Yeah. Wonder how that worked out for him.
Really quickly getting it into Liam Jones. He wants it pumping
Unless you
forward
told them you've got to
quickly to
lose.
put the Collingwood defenders under pressure.
Or, you know, please don't get me sacked.
Handball out.
Yeah, right.
Murphy chasing hard, twisting and turning. Little kick.
Yeah, he'd be able to get a boot for that. And Pendlebury
Pendlebury
plays
watching
a
the
little
last
bit.
quarter. You reckon he's going to lift? He's had a very good match. He can make a difference. McCaffrey got it from
Good
Dwight.
desperation. Didn't get the spoil, but he really put his ass in.
Free kick.
Yeah.
That's just a mess.
There you go. He just pushed hard forward, trying to take Wallace into unfamiliar territory and give the players a defender. He's just smart. He just sums everything up.
Yeah, get out there.
More
Wallace.
important than Pendlebury right now.
Not right now.
I reckon he's the most key to the match.
I think the other key is Broomhead being the stub and the fresh player. They need to get something out of him in this last quarter as well.
And worth it.
The pressure's on the captain, but he's a good captain, this bloke. He's coming back. I don't think it's the skinny side. He'll be disappointed. Lingy, he loves to make a difference. You feel he's going to will himself here.
I think he's feeling
Absolutely,
something.
Bruce.
So.
It's why he's the great player that we all absolutely love and admire in big moments, big games when it's crucial and players need to stand up.
Yeah,
So
big
often
moments,
he
big
does it.
games like round
We need
13
him to
versus
do
the
it again
Bulldogs.
today and lead his team to a big
When it
victory.
counts.
It was clever then by Murphy.
Okay, that was 5
He
minutes
went
up.
short to McRae, and that is some confidence to Higgins.
Here he goes.
Now Morris. Where does the next one go? Touched on in the middle. That would be a dangerous thing. Well held. Short to Ruffin. They didn't panic.
Zoning off a little bit.
I just knew that it didn't have that space. Really had to do it with it anyway. It's pretty long.
And now they're going for a bit of a rope a dope back and forth. That's a shame.
Oh, that's a shot. And terrible Shepherd. What the fuck was that? Vincent just
Oh,
the right wherever got.
Look at that sit up for him.
Oh, good
Great
kick.
delivery.
And the mark is taken inside by Dalhouse. So if you just come into this game, you haven't watched the Bulldogs play all year, you'd be saying to yourself, this club's got a future. Like Robat, he's another one of their kids. I mean, that was just really smart.
No, I really like him as a player. He gives his all.
Yeah,
I hope he's going to be around for a while.
Dalhouse this afternoon. 28 goals.
Even if
18
he's shaved off the
year.
dreads, which is usually
24 disposals. This will be number
the
25.
bad sign for the
He's had a big
players.
impact,
Yeah.
but not on the scoreboard.
Well, Pendlebury
Do it
said
now.
dreads at one stage, didn't he?
17 points. It takes some chasing down.
One season he
Dalhouse's
did.
kick is
Yeah, didn't
across
last
the face and back to 2 goals and even 2.
So Pendlebury missed a run out. Dalhouse at the other. Which team takes their chances here? They've both
Best
been
12
very
bucks
active
I've seen.
today. That hasn't been a strength of Collingwood this year. And today they've been fine from the sets. McCaffrey wants Lumumba. Tucked it pretty well. And Broom getting a boundary throw in.
I mean, we talk about Pendlebury and the big last quarter that he might have, we're anticipating having, but it's not just him. I mean, other Collingwood players need to lift around him. I mean,
We talked about the last quarter he's anticipating on having.
Swan as well.
Well,
Great.
you know, everyone's got favourites they like to talk about.
He's been really quiet.
Oh, well done. Head over.
Tucked it well, getting it low.
Oh, he's on.
so
Cranberry's
close.
almost pulled it in.
Ball not quite out. Dalhouse again, little kid.
Oh, triple play.
Looking back towards goal. Has it got the
Oh, well
Oh, great flip.
Do the Dogs? Tim, do they slow it
I
down here?
thought that was through.
The best point we've seen all day.
No, I reckon they kept the tempo high.
Or
That's
as
what
James
we're trying
Brayshaw would
to
say,
do.
one run.
That quick ball movement.
Leg ball.
Keith to Thomas to Swan. They look more likely at the moment, the Bulldogs.
His leg play will be the rush.
They're hungry around the contest. As long as they maintain that, they've got a real chance because their ball movement's been good. They've identified...
That'd be a wide.
That was the worst fake ever, and he fell for it.
I think he just really didn't want to chase that. No, don't have him do it.
Clear of Elliott.
I got his nickname. Fuck. His name's Wicks.
13 points is the Bulldogs lead.
I just thought you were being rather blunt. I got his name. Fuck.
It's the old Duggan at the All-Stars.
Yeah.
I went to school with a guy named Mike Hunt. We nicknamed him Fuckhead.
Collingwood have the numbers here.
Oh, glory.
What he called with a Matt Hunt.
Well
He just
done
called him Chancery.
by the bouncing ball is Grant. He's
I think that's a problem that Mike Hunt doesn't live with.
Not for more than 3 seconds at a time.
Mother-laws on the other hand.
Well, there's Grant. That's his one good thing for the day, so he can go home.
Under real pressure. Yeah, it's been a lot of pressure that they've been trying to sustain on them all afternoon.
Where's he been on the team bucket trips for the beach recovery?
Western Bulldogs.
Gee, what's going on there? Bruce getting a big start over that one. Look at this.
There's a suburb out there called Sunshine, but I don't see much of it.
Sunny Bar.
I reckon he's got one chance left, Grant, at the Bulldogs.
Good bounce. There you go.
Doesn't perform in 2015, he might be on the scrap heap.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
Jeez, that's
I think
good
this
turn.
year will be a settling year and just a stock take year. And then if you're not up to scratch, then you get the answer.
Well, they've got, Luke Beveridge is their rookie coach this year, so they've got that grace period. Oh, Jesus, I think
Oh, trying to claim that one. Jesus.
Oh, I reckon he's hurt his ankle on that kick too. Jeez, on ball.
I know Collingwood don't steal shit. You can't steal the mark.
Well, stayed down just so he'd hope he'd get tackled by it.
I reckon that's probably not far off it either. Yeah, good tackle. Wait till he's got the ball next time.
Austin, first game for the year. Back to Picken, back to Higgins.
Up half back, he draws the man, jumps to Ricky.
Oh.
To Murphy.
Had to be good.
Jeez,
There
what
you
a
go.
kick. And inside.
Look at that.
Smart play. There you go. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Oh, man.
Liam Jones, great player. Sign him up.
Can you believe this?
Line up number 5.
So, Liam Jones didn't get 3 votes. And,
Well, if you kick at 5, you've got to be in the running, mate.
well, no, he dominated the ball, though.
He hasn't kicked it yet. He's chased and tackled well too, hasn't he?
Actually, a very good play with ball in hand.
They don't answer for him. And I mean, start by manning him up.
So he's kicked 4 for the first time in his career from Aga 5. And a 25-point lead. Jones.
He's shot.
Nice.
That's not good enough. Sack him. Get rid of him. Don't want him anymore.
Guys, incredible stat in the Bulldogs inside 50s. They've had 34 uncontested possessions inside their forward 50. That is a huge number. Collingwood down the other end have only had the 6 uncontested possessions. So Bulldogs, when they're doing it in quick, they're absolutely dominating up forward. Austin,
Get on the right.
Bontempelli,
Yep.
Wallace.
I love it when they do the spin move against Melbourne.
Oh,
Cam Dunger at Keefe. Keefe's done himself a mischief.
there.
Yep.
Langdon held up.
That's it.
Oh,
Get in there.
Molly must have
Get through. Adams brave. Ball not quite out.
Whee!
Liberatore.
Yeah.
Wide to Jones.
Try.
So, Liggy, how does that happen? I don't know, Bruce. To be perfectly honest, it is remarkable to have that much uncontested possession inside your forward 50. It goes to show that Bulldogs
Right,
are
who's
very
bouncing
good
the
in the air,
creek
bring the ball to ground.
Yeah,
They
I'd
never
like to
work
see,
hard for their small forwards to
it's all
get
Libby
there.
over his job there, but
Get
you
their
want to see
numbers to
somebody,
be able to use each other and get
their
effective
senior
possession.
players stand up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go there,
Yeah.
you go there. Especially when you've got the youngins running around.
Gee, it's
Probably setting it up a bit further back.
You see someone like in the NFL where the quarterback will call audible, or like before he snaps it, you'll be pointing like, you're taking this dude, and you're going here, and alright, everyone's all set. Alright, sweet.
You saw Crumley trying to do something there, but a little bit like
in the early part of the season for 6 of the last.
There it is.
Inside 50. Took it from Lumumba. High ball back towards full forward. They fisted away. Well done, Seedsman to Langdon. And now the run of Young steps inside front. He goes with a long kick, Picken. And Elliott, what a great goal. He looks upfield, he bounces to his feet quickly.
Actually, kind of tough to pick the boats in this one.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been a real grind.
Well, I had a few, but one of them dropped out of the game entirely. So
Yeah, and I found that with the last game as well. It's always a shoe-in coming into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and then you got nothing. And it doesn't matter. The umpires see it totally different every time anyway.
Usually right.
Laying it down. All trying to get
And I
it
mean,
out.
there's a fair point to be made that you've got to change the system of voting
It bounces in and then out.
for and also
best
I think-
midfielder.
I think that it shouldn't be the best and fair, it should be the best.
What do you reckon?
If you get suspended, and if you're good enough to get suspended, since the game's down, win, then fucking more power.
Good
to
on
you,
you,
mate.
yeah. I think it's just tradition now. Well, I'm happy to keep the umpires voting it because that's the way it's been.
Yeah, but I'm not a fan of tradition for the tradition's sake.
For tradition's sake,
Fuck that.
exactly what I was about to say there.
Oh, not coming out.
There's got to be another reason besides.
Young Liver's played a game and a half. He won the 1990 Brownlow.
There he is.
Oh, look at the big fella.
There he is. We're talking about it, and he's old lady.
Jeez, I hope it's his old lady.
Well, about 67 today games, and
Oh, just look at my boy.
His sister drew trouble.
That is for sure. Young bursting his way through.
Nice,
This
Abel.
afternoon, he's been better after half time. He'll go up against Bruce.
I tell you what, they call that a tackle. If he was one of the trainers, they'd call that treatment.
Yeah.
In the earlier quarter.
This changes the whole season.
Absolutely. And they've had all sorts of pressure on them during the week too. They're the most talked about club. With McRae, read it well.
Get on there, Jay. Well done.
From ball at the back. McRae kept his wits
Yep.
about him.
Cray's been around for a while now.
He has.
Team and team, people very well ordered.
And one of those good average players.
That was
Doing well.
Thursday night, I'm sorry.
Turby, there's
Nice
the
work,
Torre.
Nico.
Terrific
Good
to
to
get in there and get his fist in. And over the line. Once again, he's been outstanding. He's only 30 touches, 20 of those contested. He's had 12 clearances and 9 tackles. I mean,
What a little Jason Biggs about him.
inside
Yeah,
mid.
a little bit.
Pie
fuck a
fucker.
pie, yeah.
There's his nickname, the pie fucker.
He's been so important. McRae's been superb. Water's got a bad bounce. Which worked hard. There's Liver again. Back to McRae. McRae running hard inside 50. Cremery at the back.
Nice.
Dwyer was
That's a
good.
nice grab.
He has been good all day. He's played very little footy this year, Dwyer. Just the 5 games.
Needed to hold. There you go.
Oh, that's a no.
That's all right.
Jeez.
There you are. That pressure built that.
He looked like he was cool and calm as well. But, yep.
But they
Fucked it up.
have used the ball pretty well going forward. He's just got to set it. Set it up.
and
Where's
under.
Jones? He's flying high. Dalhouse. Still
Oh,
Dalhouse.
yeah, good reward attack.
Really needed to release it, Dalhouse. He's had a good day. That wasn't a good moment.
Stuck in the corner.
Still to really impose
Jesus,
himself
pressure's there.
in this corner. Elliott
Oh, he could
They're
have
running it.
absolutely cleaned him up then.
Good
Spear
kick.
tackle.
Blair, we've talked about how quiet he's been today. Kicks to half forward. Cloak behind
Oh,
this
nice
time
one.
was a bad kick.
He read it well roughly, though. He watched the ball, he played the ball, he didn't play cloak.
To Minson.
I tell you what, every time Minson gets the ball, it looks like he's looking for an excuse to slow it down.
The growing confidence
I love when you do that fake, gets frustrated with the options.
Come
Come on, guys, with like 10 people free in front of you.
Interesting kick.
Oh, that's Griffin's fault for calling for that hand there. It's going to be shanked.
Sometimes it's okay to yell, no!
Somebody else.
Very good spoil, and it might have been the game on the line right there. Young kicks out
Withdrawn?
towards the wing. Cloak's going to be first man there, or is it Blair? Blair gets there just in front of Folk. He can use him. Decided not to.
That was well done not to give the free kick away on the midget blow.
Gee, that's good running. Langdon did nicely. Ball kicks into space. Now how will this one sit? Broomhead, the chance
Yeah,
for his
nice. I'm
first
glad they
goal.
didn't call it.
Hit the footy. Well done, Bob Murphy. And there he is. Bontempelli. What a player he's been. The long
Bontempelli.
clearing kick might be
Couple of
okay.
pre-seasons in the weight room.
Alright. That was contender for the worst shepherd ever. That was a shocker.
Adams.
Was I fuck the mark up, but I'll put this Shepherd on. No, got around it.
Tuck gets him down. Ball not out. Ball not out. Oh.
Bruce is gone.
They're still going at the contested ball, though, aren't they? The Bulldogs.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, I agree.
But fourth quarter, you've got to make it exciting.
The Bruce effect.
Wicks gets it to Seedsman now. He's got a long leg, Seedsman.
I haven't killed anyone says I don't think Season looks like the best thing.
Oh, that's a good grab. That's a very good grab.
Long.
What a grab and what a time.
That's cool. I'm trying to straighten himself up.
Count the Bulldogs around him. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's just reading it well. Strength.
So we heard about his badge this season. He had 4.5 time, Cloak.
13 contested marks for Collingwood. I reckon he's got at least half of them.
Good lead too.
The margin back to 14 points.
Massive too.
Just. Tell you what, he's got the troops up and about though.
Not to play the scoreboard. What they have to do is they have to just
7 minutes, 14 points. That's what it's all about.
Teams that have been down on wins and lacking confidence. They've just got to keep playing each contest the way that they've done so far. I mean, that's just a goal that's going to get scored on you occasionally.
Even the water
down the
around
end when the side wins control of the ball. But it's really important now for them that they maintain their composure.
Spirit fingers.
Take us through the clock, David.
Well, he dropped the first mark of the day, but then he really got on top of Morrison. I think roughly it's been a better matchup for him, but he's been starved of opportunities. They've only taken it there
He's been quiet for a couple of quarters. Oh, it's the first recall. Not bad to make it to the fourth.
Yeah.
Feels the pebbles the wicket, that's the problem.
He's been on the move today. He's never kicked 6 against the Bulldogs, and he's never kicked 6 at any hand for us.
Well, he might need 6 today for the Pies to get home, Baz, but what a game of footy, and Collingwood keep coming.
Oh, that's a
Adams
chip shot.
wide. That goal really kept the tension of the match, if it wasn't there already. Austin, Elliott.
Gee, there has been some good tackling today.
Comes out. Picken, cut off. It's going to be hard to make decisions.
We were talking in the first quarter about there's a couple of players that are on notice for their captaincy when Murphy finishes. I'd like to think that Picken's one of them. Not that pretty a footballer, but Caesar gives it all. It's something can really get going.
Yeah, I agree. I think they've got a lot of candidates that they'll be looking at for this year's performance. And
Here we go, he's on.
Rise above test.
Oh, look at that desperation.
Well done.
Got a little high there, but happens to be
Gee, that's such a shame. You put in all that effort and now the ball's going back the other way. Oh, there's a kick there.
So it's a lot more congested now if you put in that effort.
And he's going to get another posse out of it.
He's got 33 teams so far.
Oh.
Who's got a clear head here? Who from the Dogs can make a good decision with ball in hand? Murphy buys the
Yeah.
squares it up to Grant.
Make a decision with ball in hand, that's where you're going.
5 minutes, I reckon. He's done a good job till then. He needs to keep his
Fuck out of the
composure.
Might have been
Was
good.
a good free kick. Now towards Dalhouse. Has to wait for it on the bounce. Gets it to disposal. 28. He goes to Johnson.
Nelly in the back. No.
Free kick. Umpire was right there.
Yeah, could have been close.
Fisting away. Was well done
Paid
by
off.
Wicks. He came again and wins the day. Out of sight. Drives the ball long. It's a good kick and a very good mark taken. Elliott plays on. He goes short to wide. Is that 15?
Ish, 15-ish.
0.0.
Where's the man he's kicking to? Maybe not the option they wanted. She had a chance.
Did right for the name up there.
I bet you Craig's sitting on the bench, and that's why he wasn't there for that moment.
Maybe fourth spot. Well, it is on the line.
Well, that's why Eddie's really making adjustments willy-nilly.
The Doggies by 13 points. Dangerous kick. Because Collingwood have got Hawthorn next week. And the Bulldogs have got
Spoiler alert, we'll lose that one
next
too.
week. Rovat, Liberatore,
Yeah, that's next week's game.
Just a couple of crucial little mistakes there from Bulldogs, dropping simple marks. They've got to hold their nerve now. They've got to have composure in big moments. Just really execute really important basic skills from now on.
Thomas getting the ball inside.
This is a great experience, these games for the Bulldogs, because even though Collingwood didn't finish inside the 8, they were in the 8 when this was happening. When this game was on, halfway through the year, and the Bulldogs are struggling for wins.
Yeah, so like
Expected.
I think the heartbreak of Collingwood supporters just adds some value in this game.
Of course it does. And, you know, even though it's a Sunday afternoon game, it's Collingwood, so there'll be a bigger than normal crowd and bigger than normal attention on the game.
In fairness, they always turn up.
Absolutely.
You got to give them that.
Nothing against that.
They pay their dole money and get their membership. Hey, we pay the dole money. Nothing there. Nothing there.
I
think that's one. It's
that's some class. I tell you, there's a lot of the commentators there. Thank God he's done something after we talked about him for 15 minutes. He started the
He's as dangerous anywhere on the ground. He spells danger this way. Critical stakes.
Fuck out of here.
You just know that he's going to be able to.
Hey, look, they're supposed to go over here, Sam.
Oh, shit.
How do you just...
Nothing worse than I've done that side step and just go over like that. Fuck me.
The Dogs need another goal to win, I reckon. I reckon Collingwood will get 7 points in the next minute.
4 minutes to go, 7 points. That's a good.
Oh,
pay that.
Yeah, he'll pay that one.
Criminal.
Oh, couldn't keep his feet.
Great recovery there.
Seedsman again, his run off half back, vital, cloak.
Yes. Now we're playing for that shit.
So powerful.
Well, it must be frustrating having somebody who is so powerful and dominant in those one-on-one contests. He's never won a Coleman, and he just can't kick straight for the guys. It's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
5-1 today, though.
I hate to see
him sorted out.
6-1.
6-1.
So I'm betting anything that Bruce is just covered in ectoplasm at the moment.
He scares me.
Yeah.
Well. Boom.
Yeah,
No, exactly right. Pay it for the story.
The moment's arrived, Matthew. Yeah, it certainly has. We really need our leaders to stand up here.
I tell you what, the Bulldogs didn't do much wrong there. They just stayed late and $1 short. I tell you what, in the fuzzy vision, it did, didn't it?
Big guns in the centre bounce for the Pies, big guns in the centre bounce for the Dogs too. How critical is this centre clearance now? Absolutely.
Here we go. Get in.
Get in there.
Toyota Camry have always sponsored the AFL for a long time. Do you know anyone was born a Toyota Camry? Yeah, none.
In-laws.
Right.
Brendan McCartney's third season, 15th,
Is there a difference?
14th right now.
Front-wheel drive sedans. Never seen a Camry before.
There's a Camry Pros for them, right? That's still the Camry Pros?
Yeah, trust me, I crashed it. That's the
Move the football out quickly.
Did you see the new Holdens or Commodores new front-wheel drive? All the cars turn into the same shit anyway. I would have thought, same as the Toyota GT86 and the Subaru BRZ being the same car. Rear-wheel drive, cheap, two-door coupe, sold out. I would have thought other companies would be like, well, that's what getting on. Yeah, but not necessarily in that decision based on Australia. Well, no, but it was popular worldwide.
Oh, there. Good crowd.
He held it up.
Yeah, Camry's on. The 18-year-old is bugging.
Look at that.
Right.
Instead of going up and under, he went pretty low and long.
So, take your time. 100 seconds left. 1 point up.
I wonder if Brad Johnson's watching the game.
giving advice from the sidelines.
I'm sure he is, and I'm sure he's smiling.
Because it's not him.
That's all he does is smile.
Here we go.
This is what he's really good at, son.
Oh, he's got the Kennedy run up. Oh, there you go. It's through!
To the daggers.
Through the
Bang.
absolute middle.
Holy shit, average age of 97 there. She's got. They might have seen the first premiership.
When you say the first premiership, you mean the premiership?
Yeah.
Post-war? I think that's... Yeah, if I'm correct, the Bulldogs have only played in 2 grand finals, being 54 and 61. The only reason I know that was 54 was obviously the one they won, and 61 was the first fourth one. So there you go. Anyway, looking at the last minute 20 now. You called out your Brownlow votes. Who you got, Josh?
I had Jones.
Jones for 3.
Yep, Cloak. And I put 1 for Gia.
2 for Cloak, 1 for Gia.
I was looking at, Jones 3.
Jones for 3.
Tough one, tossed up between Vincent. They'll throw Vincent in for 2. And I was going to give 1 to... Shit, I forgot what I was Collingwood now.
Not Pendlebury.
I had Elliot earlier, but he's faded away.
I'll tell you,
It was earlier actually.
not bad. Travis Scott got $3 for 6 goals. Yep. Liam Jones for 5 goals got 2 votes. Liam Jones is my pick. I thought he had a great game. And Little Liver got the 1 vote. Which I thought was, he had a lot of possession.
Here we go.
Boom!
Oh, very
He
handy.
didn't do a lot wrong.
No, yeah, good point. I thought Liam Jones was a standout. And
Little Ho had a good game too.
Oh, yes, exactly. Although Pendles was going to have that big last quarter, so...
Still waiting.
God! The buy some time. That's exactly what he was going for. It is 2 seconds you go and get back. Alright, so a lot of experience lost in the Bulldogs over the off-season. 7 wins and what did we say? 14th they finished in 2014. Where have you got them in 2015? Josh?
13th, I'm pretty sure. I reckon they're going to be about the same, but I think other teams are going to go back.
The problem was really missed the high path there. But that would be awesome.
Would not surprise me, it'd be true for them. We got the Bulldogs finishing.
I think I had them 15.
Low.
16.
And 1 more.
17.
17.
I'm pretty sure I had 17.
Yeah, you picked them in 17, which is where I think they've got the good core that they need. But it's going to take them a while to develop. They're still missing the bookends.
Yeah, I think to be honest, who fucking knows how they're going to do next season?
Yeah,
to be honest.
they could jump up or they...
I think they're going to
Expect little and be surprised with the results.
Exactly right.
I think it's more going to depend on how other teams do. They're not going to be any better. They're probably going to be a little bit worse. But I think other teams are going to be even going backwards even faster.
Could be a couple,
Yeah, I still expect them to have a pretty poor year, and they'll clear out the old players, maybe with a few, do a swan song, and then they'll start getting back to serious.
That's what they really did in this off-season, wasn't it? I mean, they lost a lot of the senior end.
I think they go a bit further.
Go a bit more, yeah. I think that they need, Boyd isn't going to be the panacea to all their problems. Yeah. He's, we've only seen him for 10 games, and they weren't impressive yet.
Yeah.
And he's been paying the big bucks. Take a little bit longer to develop, and I think Bontempelli, you like another season. They're on the right track, and Beveridge is the first-year coach. It'll take him a while to get used to him as well.
I'm expecting Little Ho to step up. I think he can get shit done.
Yeah, you dig deep.
Yeah,
dig his heels in. Yeah, so I got him 17th as well, second from the bottom.
Yeah, I don't expect much, but you never know.
But then again, you're a Bulldogs fan, you're used to it.
And that being said, you can't hate the Bulldogs.
No, no one does.
But I'm pretty sure they're plenty of people's second favourite teams.
Yeah. and you wish them all the best.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening.
All right. Good luck, guys.